welcome to Stand Up Central! I'll tell you what pisses me off. People that say, England is the greatest country in the world. It's another way of saying, I've not been to many places. Because it isn't, you know? We're the only country in the world where there's signs on hospital walls that say, don't attack the staff. Who in their right mind is attacking doctors? Stop making me better! Because you read stuff in the papers and you lose your faith in humanity. There was a story 2 weeks ago. Tesco no longer sell curved croissants. They only sell straight ones because enough people wrote in to complain that they struggled putting jam on curved croissants. That is a thing. As a nation, we have been defeated by benty bread. It's off the scale. How can you be that thick?
Dear Tesco, I'm not being funny, but I was going like that with a knife, and suddenly there was jam on the table, so... Not my fault, is it?
Like, how can you be confused? Help!
Help! Tony, it's happening again!
Do you know what I mean? How do you eat a banana if you're that stupid?
Where's it going? Where's it going?
Or driving. Imagine them near a roundabout. Fucking floor it, Tone! Floor it! We've got a really weird relationship with food in this country. I met Hugh Fernley, and he told me we throw out millions of pounds worth of wonky vegetables every year if they're not pretty enough. How weird is that? I didn't realise there was a fashion show backstage at Sainsbury's. These poor carrots just...
Fucking hell, I thought...
Just the parsnip. It's a no, isn't it? It's a no. Even our veg has to be beach body ready. We're obsessed with body image in this country, particularly women. We really attack women. All these horrible celebrity magazines, you know, they're just like there's a lady on holiday, too fat, too thin, cellulite, cankles. There was a horrible article in the Daily Mail the other day. Daily Mail, big spread that said, fashion do's and don'ts for women. Do you know what was top of the list? Never show too much cleavage. Let me tell you this. Oh my God, it was too much of a free bar. Who has ever complained about seeing too much cleavage? Just blokes go, it was awful, Dave, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Everywhere I looked, it was boobs squished together. Boobs are lovely. They're just big bits of fat with eyes going, hello. Too much testicle, I completely understand. Nobody has been brightened up by seeing a witch's chin just... It's a really mean-spirited rag, isn't it, the Daily Mail? There was a story recently that blew my mind. It was the day after Terry Wogan died, and there was a big article that said, why Terry Wogan touched our hearts in a way that David Bowie never could. And you're like, what is wrong with you? It's death, it's not a competition. One wrote songs that millions of people love. The other is the only DJ from the 70s who didn't fuck kids. So how about you show them an equal level of respect? Oh, well, you seem lovely. Let's have some questions. You up for that? Right, here we go. First question. Have you ever missed the toilet when going for a piss because of your lazy eye? There we go. Yes, I have. Sam, what do you shout when you step on Lego? Oh, there's Lego in my house. Why? I don't have children. The baby burglars are back. I'll tell you what I do. If I stub my toe, I do a weirdly racist Chinese impression. I don't know why. Does anyone else do that? You walk along and think... Do you reckon there's a bloke in Beijing just walking along like, bloody hell? Lucy, hello Lucy. Do you reckon astronauts wank in space? Well, it is the conundrum of our time, isn't it? What do you reckon? Yes. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know if you heard that, but a voice went, yes, we do. Are you an astronaut or just a heavily deluded man? Are you an astronaut?
I was.
You were an astronaut?
Oh, yes.
That's pretty amazing. And this is 2 scoops. There's an astronaut in the audience and a pervert. So how does it work then? Because presumably, if you are masturbating in space, it goes everywhere and you're left with, oh, God. Do you have a machine that does it for you? Just a really lonely Henry the Hoover. Is that what happens?
You've got to have a very large tissue.
But where does it go when it's all...
You eject it out into the...
See, it goes out. Oh, my God. So there's poor aliens just... Well, this brings a whole new meaning to the phrase, come in peace. You up for your first act? Wonderful. This man's fantastic. You're going to love him. Show him all the love in the world. The wonderful Darren Harriott!
What up? Glad to be here. I'm Darren. I'm 27 years of age. I spend a lot of time at home watching 24-hour news. I like 24-hour news because at 2 a.m. they just sort of like give up. It's obese kids or ISIS. That's so much ISIS on late night news. Like ISIS, IS, ISIS, IS, ISIS, 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 ISIS. They say it so often. The other day, a news reporter said the words Al-Qaeda. And I hadn't heard it in so long, I reacted the same way I do when I see a payphone. I was like, oh, they're still around? Hey! Good to see you, fellas. The reason I mention it is, right, my favourite story of last year, right? The CIA, they released what they found in Bin Laden's cave. What they found was Al-Qaeda application forms. Yeah. Genuinely true, Bin Laden did paperwork, right? Now, what made this really hilarious to me was these application forms looked identical to every job I've ever had in retail, right? They wanted to know previous employment, what your parents do, hobbies and interests, music tastes, right? Only at the bottom were you reminded that this is something sinister, right? They asked you this one question right at the bottom, and it went, are you planning on executing a suicide mission? Yeah, serious. What they should have done is got rid of that question entirely and just asked the trick question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Thanks for laughing at that. It's awkward, isn't it? When you hear terrorist jokes coming from someone with this beard. No, because you don't know what side I'm on. Now, my name, right, is Darren Harriott. And Harriott is spelled Harriott. It's Scottish, right? Whenever I tell people that, the first thing they say is, you don't look Scottish. Hey, you're on the ball, aren't you? Hey? I don't mind that. The problem is, I always feel the need to say, well, what do I look like then? And that used to be fun. Now my feelings get hurt, right? I was at a bar trying to chat this lady up, right? Hitting her with all my smooth moves, right? I told her, man, oh, yeah, it's Scottish. She went, you don't look Scottish. I went, what do I look like then? She stood there and she went, you look like you converted to Islam in prison. That's mean. Why can't I convert in a library? I'm a big rap music fan, right? I love rap music. I'll tell you the weirdest time in rap music ever, right? It was during the first Barack Obama presidential campaign, because all my, like, favourite gangster rappers, you know, guys who rap about hardcore stuff, they were so excited about possibly having the first black president. What they were all doing in their songs was they would rap, stop, urge you to vote, and then just continue rapping? As if nothing ever happened? I've got CDs at home where you listen to it, and out of nowhere, all you hear is, yo, 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 yo. Let me talk for a minute. Vote Obama, y'all. You black, he black. Just vote Obama, y'all. Think of your kids. Think of your kids. Everybody, it's a beautiful thing. Let's make history. Just vote Obama. Smack bitches with my dick. Smack bitches with my dick. I don't know much about this Obama guy, but smacking bitches with his dick sounds more like a Bill Clinton policy. Guys, you have been amazing. I've been Darren Harriott. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Darren Harriott, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have some of your questions. Dear Russell, I don't know if I'm a genius or a twat. I went on a date with a girl and I forgot her name, so I took her to Starbucks. I think that's quite clever. I quite like that. Oh, I forgot. Hey, come on, latte, let's go for a... Emily Dickinson. Oh, nice, as in the poet. Do you know her? It's a really beautiful poem she wrote. In this brief life that lasts an hour, how much, how little is within our power. It's really nice. Yeah. Would you rather watch your parents have sex every day for the rest of your life or join in once to stop it? Well, Emily's had a bit of a change in direction, hasn't she? In this brief life that lasts an hour, would you give your mum a golden shower? Emily. Peach. Hello, Peach. If you could be any character from any book, who would you be and why? Jesus. I love bondage. I love bondage, magic, and hookers. That's how they should rebrand the Bible. Do you like bondage, magic, and hookers? These beardy fuckers like dynamo. It's really easy. You can take the piss out of Christians, no one minds. Like, I'll forgive you. That's very good question. Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, are you up for your next act? It's a genuine pleasure to have this man on. His name is Jimmy Carr. He's very funny indeed. He needs no introduction. He's an absolute dear friend, and you're going to love him. Please go wild and crazy for the wonderful Mr. Jimmy Carr!
Thank you very much. Very kind. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am Jimmy Carr. You are in very safe hands. I've been doing comedy now for, money and sex. It's going remarkably well. I should have explained, I look like this because my dad is Irish and my mum is Roger Federer. A nurse finds a rectal thermometer in her pocket and thinks, some arsehole's got my pen. My friend said, what rhymes with orange? I said, no, it doesn't. I like those black and white films where no one says anything. Interracial porn. I love the cinema. My only issue with the cinema is the popcorn. I think the popcorn in the cinema should have a very clear warning label on it saying may contain nuts. Because if you're with me, it might. I know you said you wanted salty. Wait. No, because I've cut a hole in the bottom of the container, and then I've placed it just there, just above my genitals. And then I've shoved my genitals through the aperture. And then when she's reached in to get popcorn, innocently enough, she's inadvertently touched my genitalia, and that's caused me to ejaculate, and then it's that ejaculate that's caused the salty flavour you're so familiar with. I'm happy to explain any and all of these as we move through the show. I went to a proper showbiz party recently, and Brad Pitt was there. And they say, never meet your heroes, but I think Brad handled it really well. Flooding. Flooding is pretty bad. I saw a woman on the news in a flooded kitchen crying. And I couldn't help but think, crying's not helping. If anything, you're making matters worse, love. Last time we had a white Christmas, I made snow angels. I skidded on some ice and took out 3 pedestrians. They're just jokes. That's a bad example, that happened, but most of them are jokes. I got talking to a North African girl in her native language for hours. We just clicked. In anthropology jokes, I've got it all. Now, some comics bullshit an audience. They'll tell an audience, oh, I've recently broken up with a girl, she's left me for another guy, and I'm heartbroken. And the reason they do that, total bullshit. The reason they do it, though, is to elicit sympathy from attractive female audience members, so then after the show, they can get chatting to them, they've got that sort of sympathy in, they can try and pick them up, and ultimately try and sleep with them. Rest assured, I would never do that, because I think it would be disrespectful to the memory of my wife. I just need to be held. No one buying it? We'll move on. My girlfriend and I had a proper conversation recently about pornography. As some of you may share her sentiment, she said to me, I don't get porn. I've never got porn. Why would I want to watch 2 people have sex? I said, 2? People. You've lost me. I've been described as a sex symbol, and that symbol is a question mark. Followed by a no. When a man changes his status on Facebook from single to in a relationship, I think it should say, under new management. I don't like spending too much time with my girlfriend's family, because her husband is getting suspicious. I find most young women make a lot of noise in the bedroom. I guess they're not expecting to see anyone at their window. I've got a question for everyone in here. Who here has had bad sex? Who's not saying because they're with the person they had the bad sex with? The look you just gave him. That was a proper, yep. How long have you guys been together?
6 years.
6 years? Well, the fact you're still having sex is a bonus. And does he bring it in the bed, in the boudoir? What, sorry?
He does.
He does. Does he ever bring a friend? What do you do for a living, sir?
I'm a courier.
You're a courier? Oh, okay. What about you, madam? What do you do?
I'm a student. So.
Whereabouts are you a student?
Kingston.
Kingston. What, Kingston University?
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe if you'd worked a bit harder for your A-levels, that didn't need to happen. Well, no one's having a go. I mean, there's universities that were always universities. There's universities that used to be polytechnics that are now universities, and they're very good. And then there's Kingston, which I think used to be... I think it used to be a 24-hour garage, didn't it? They got a delivery of books and went, fuck it, let's go with it. There's something you can get, gentlemen, if you have, or you perceive that you have, a small penis. It's called an Audi convertible. Have you got an Audi convertible, sir? No, I don't even drive, mate. It's just, she just gave you a look like something in the joke related to you. You're saying definitely not the car. Gone badly. My jokes occasionally get me into trouble. I've got sort of joke Tourette's. I can't stop myself sometimes. I got stopped speeding, right? So I was going too fast, fair enough. Got pulled over, and the police officer came to the window of my car and did the usual thing of saying, "Do you know how fast you were going?" I said, I'm sorry, officer, clearly too fast, and my apologies. Couldn't have been nicer about it. He went, 88 miles an hour. I said I was trying to get back to 1955. 3 points on my licence that cost me. Would you have let me off? Oh, good on you. A lot of people think that's too fast to be doing in a 30 zone during the day. In my defence, I was fucking hammered. Well, look, I've been Jimmy Carr. Thank you very much indeed. Cheers. Good night. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jimmy Carr! Hello! And welcome to Stand Up Central! Hey guys, let's talk about love. I was raised on love at first sight. That terrified me. I've got a lazy eye. As you get older, it's even more complicated. All these things you're meant to do, rituals. Valentine's Day is so funny, isn't it? Things you're meant to do. Oh, lingerie for the lady. Put it on, put it on, put it on. Yeah, now, take it off. This is weird, erotic buckaroo. But at least it works. A woman in underwear looks sexy. A man in his underwear, it looks like he's forgotten his PE kit. Just I love that. There's older people laughing and younger people, I don't know why that's funny. That's because when we were kids, if we forgot our PE kit, we had to run in the woods in our pants with a teacher like that. How could we never question how deeply creepy that is? Sir, I've forgotten my PE kit, so I'll probably just wear my normal clothes. You won't, you'll get your dick out now. That's why I don't understand when you see kids moaning these days. They don't know how good they've got it. I saw a kid in Wagamama the other day. He had a phone in his hand going, "Oh, I've only got 20% left." You've got your own phone! You're 12! I would have lost my mind. What did we have? The landline. Do you remember that? You'd creep into the kitchen. You tried to speak to a girl. You were never alone. There was always another member of your family on a different phone. Every time I used to speak to a girl, my brother would be on the top phone making this noise. Oh, yeah, funny. What are you doing? He's wanking. I'm not! Love's a complicated thing, you know? And we're weird. People are weird. I read this the other day. Apparently, 50% of British people admit to having abnormal sex. What does that mean? What is it? Abnormal? Yeah. Oh, yeah, now hit my tits with a frisbee. Like, what is... Put those Scrabble pieces up my arse. Yeah. Oh, what have I spelt? Just says help. Who answers yes to that? That's what I want to know. Just a little old lady and her husband. Hello, are you into abnormal? Oh, yeah, mad as fuck, aren't we, Bernard? Yeah. Strangle wanking, that's my thing. I like to choke it before I stroke it. We'd love to stay, but we'll have to buy a fuck swing. As you were. I'm not into abnormal sex. I'm into, I'll give you a mish and that's your lot. I don't like sex in the bath. It's just you get taps in your back, and from time to time I will get a little bit gassy. That happens. And in the normal lovemaking arena, you can let out a little a fart and nobody knows. It's just hi, hello, but in a bath there is no amount of rose petals or Radox that can cover that ghastly noise of. It sounds like the Churchill dog eating yogurt. Just. Are we going to be having sex? Oh, no. There's loads of weird things. Steak and blowjob day. That's another thing. That's apparently a thing that people do. The world. Did you know about this? I've only just found out. One lady. Woo!
I can do it at the same time. I burnt my face the other day.
I didn't know it was a thing. Steak and blowjob, you give the man meat, and then you bloody blue. My brother was telling me and my mum and my nan about it. Like, genuinely, steak and blowjob day, my favourite day of the year. I like my blowjobs like I like my steak. Well done. My mum looked at him and went, yeah, and when you have them, it's rare. It's an amazing moment. Let's have some questions. Randolph. Russell, darling, what is your favourite piece of literature?
Well, Randolph, I'm very much a fan of The Catcher in the Rye. I find the protagonist to be quite the hoot.
Alicia, do you like a finger up the arse? Well, they're very different questions there. Randolph going for literature, Alicia, finger up the arse. I don't mind it, Alicia. Warn me, that's the only thing I would say. Send me an email or a text. Like, it is that thing, I don't know if you've ever had a finger, but I mean, it very much, you get your instant attention, isn't it? It's just, yeah, all right, I will put the bins out. Point well made. I'm up, Mum, I'm up, I'm going to school. Yeah, forget about alarm clocks. If you've got a sleepy teenager, just, okay. I am gonna learn. But the finger going in, I'm not massively keen on. Being pulled out, not entirely against it. If I was in a gay relationship, what I would advise you as my boyfriend to do, knock me out, pop your gear in, and then sort of wake me up before you go. That's what I'm saying. You'll find a very happy young man. Daniel, why do women go to the toilet together? I don't know, probably to protect themselves from Alicia. Where is it? Where's he going? Where's he going? So, you up for your first act? Brilliant! Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to stage the wonderful Rhys J!
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Are you having a nice year? Oh, good. I'm having a good year. Started off in style. Got myself a word of the day calendar. Pretty cool. Different word every day of the year. Favourite word for me so far from the calendar? Exponentially. Ah, what a word. Exponentially. Use it all the time now. In fact, guys, right, I'd say, ever since learning the word exponentially, my use of the word exponentially has increased loads. I love it. Thing is, I'm making changes, that's my point. I'm growing up, you know, like I've got a job now, it's this, still counts, Dad. And this is a good job, you know, it's not perfect, it's not the best job in the world. I would never say that, this is not the best job in the world. Best job in the world, community support officer. With no power comes no responsibility. Best job ever. It's true. I got a leaflet through the post a few weeks ago advertising that job. It said, do you have what it takes to be the best? Will you stand up in the face of danger when no one else will? No? Then you should become a community support officer. It's just note-taking in a yellow bib. Because you're the plastic police, aren't you? You're the faux feds. You're the piglets, you know? In the hierarchy of law enforcement in this country, it goes Army, Police, British Transport Police, Ticket Inspector, Traffic Warden, Park Ranger, Dinner Lady, Kid wearing Nike trainers, Kid wearing Adidas trainers, community support officer. Kid wearing Umbro. All right, fuck Umbro, right, guys? Umbro is named after what your friends will say to you if they see you wearing it. That's your friends, by the way, not mine. My friends would never say bro. Or because they are confident speakers, okay? I'm gonna do some miscellaneous jokes for you guys now. Are you up for that? Good. You didn't have a choice, but good. I feel like maybe Hitler wouldn't have been so grumpy if people hadn't left him hanging for high fives all the time. Oh, good, okay. Yeah, it's quite a weird one to clap, that one, to be honest, but fair enough, each their own. Porn ruins sex, doesn't it? Porn completely ruins sex because men watch porn and they just want to try and reenact whatever they've seen in the porn. Like, literally now, whenever a plumber comes over to my house, I immediately suck his dick. Okay. I'll tell you this one and then I'll go, because I want to go home and have a yoghurt. It's the new rock and roll, guys. My ex-girlfriend was so demanding. She was so demanding. She'd always ask me to text her when I got in. That's how small my penis is. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm Ree J. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Rhys James! Let's have some of your questions. This is from Sam. Have you ever kissed a 49-year-old woman on her birthday? I've not. Is there a 49-year-old lady in the room? Hello. Is it your birthday?
I didn't write that to you.
You didn't write it? Okay, well, I better not go anywhere near you. But if you want to come and have a kiss, then I'm up for that. I've been really trying. Oh, madam. Do come up. Here we go. How you doing? Happy birthday. So who wrote that? Who's Sam?
I think I'm Sam, but I think my husband wrote it.
Oh, your husband wrote it. Well.
My son's at the back. He looks.
Okay. So your son looks like me, and your husband wants me to kiss you. Wow. It's gonna happen. So, what's your son called?
James.
James. You all right, Mum? We can make Dad's dreams come true. You smell lovely. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is like really sort of friendly porn. It's lovely, isn't it? Like, it's like when the actors get on. You're like, oh, before we bang, let's have a cream tea. Better way of putting it than that, but you know what I mean?
Don't do the finger, though.
No, I'm not. No, I won't. No, that was one. Here we go. Happy birthday. Thanks very much. Ladies and gentlemen, her 49th birthday. Give it up for Sam. You up for your next act? Ladies and gentlemen, this young man is very funny indeed. You're going to love him. Say again? Did I finger him? I didn't finger him. Jesus, that's not how I want to bring Joe on. It's Joe Lycett. He's a really funny man. He doesn't have to bat away. Exactly. Now you're all excited, and now there's a few of you thinking, but what? Lose that. Maybe if the set goes very well, we can have a... Listen, this is not the best way to... He's very funny indeed. You're going to absolutely love him. You'll see him all over the place. He's been on loads of telly shows. He is funny as fuck. Ladies and gentlemen, on three, please welcome his ladies the wonderful Joe... Actually, I didn't do three, did I? 1, 2, 3, Joe Lycett!
Everyone, are you well? Lovely. Yes, he didn't finger me. I fingered him. Actually, I think you'll find. When? Oh, just before I came on stage. I've got a very long finger. Yes, Yes, it's lovely to be here. I've been in Lanzarote. I went on holiday to Lanzarote. I know, yes. It's a volcanic island, you see. And I said to my father I'd been to Lanzarote, and he said, oh, it's lovely there. There's some lovely black beaches. And I misheard that. Some marvellous Moroccan whores as well, I imagine. Yeah, I've been on quite a few holidays. I went on a stag do. I know, me on a stag do. Hang on, I've been trying to rehearse this. All right. All right. It's all in the neck, isn't it? All right. All right. That's close, isn't it? Oh. It's amazing how close to vomiting it is, isn't it? With some of my old school friends, not absolute lads, they're nice guys. We've been friends for years, but since school. They have a nickname for me, which is the Duchess, which I love as a nickname. And they've created a whole backstory for the Duchess. The Duchess has a butler called René. I don't know why it's called René, but I love it. And René will provide people for the Duchess to make love to that he's found on Tinder. I'm obsessed with Tinder. If you don't know what it is, it's a dating app, and you get a little picture of a human, and if you like the look of them, I know sometimes they're not human. If you like the look of them, you swipe right, and if you don't, you swipe left, and you never hear from them again. Quite an abrupt way of measuring a human, I think. It wouldn't work in real life. You wouldn't walk round a bar going, no, that's a bit much. Maybe you wouldn't know how you live your lives, but, yeah, they're nice guys, they're nice guys. Been friends for a long time. But there was a new guy on the stag who I'd not met before, Johnny, in the TA. Johnny actually works mainly in financial services, but he went on about the TA a lot. I don't even know what it stands for. I think it just means the army. I don't know. How would I describe... My first kiss when I was about 16 was with a woman. We were both very drunk, and she burped in my mouth. And that triggered my gag reflex, so I was then sick on her shoes. Yeah, chill out. I'd happily have a conversation with anyone about it at any point. I think it's fascinating, sexuality. I think it's something we should talk about more. But Johnny, in the TA, his response to his confusion was to sort of try and bully me. And it was the worst form of bullying because it was a sort of undercurrent, but you couldn't prove it, but it was constant. And it was things like... I think this reveals a lot about him. Every time he got drunk, he kept getting his knob out and showing it to me, going, oh, you like that, don't you? It's like, bloody don't like it, Jesus. Absolute car crash of genitalia. His knob did to my knob. You know when you touch a snail on its eye and it goes... Wow. Turned it into a vagina. For me, I'm so full of Afghanistan. He was very hypersex, had a very high libido. I don't really. He had a really... This was bad, actually. We're in the centre of Lisbon, and this girl walked past us, and he leant over to me, and he was like, oh, she's fit, isn't she? I was like, she's clearly underage. He went, there's grass on the wicket, let's play cricket. People are still saying that sort of thing. So to appease it, I made up my own rhyme. If you want to be a gent, get their consent. You know, just a fun one. Hashtag feminism. Yeah, so I didn't know what to do. Johnny, in the TA. Did not know what to do about him for a while. And then I thought, do you know what? I know exactly what to do about you. I'll be a bit silly with you. I find that works sometimes. So I said to him, I said, I don't like the name Johnny. I'm going to call you René. God knows how it worked, but he hated it. I managed it maximum 4 times. We're in a nightclub that evening, and a woman walked past us, and I went, oh, yes, lovely jugs, René. And he grabbed me, and he pulled me to one side. He went, right, I'll take route B, please, René. I didn't. I agreed to it reluctantly, because I was trying to be diplomatic, and we were sharing the same hostel together, lads, and But he came out of the shower the one day, and he had his body out, had a towel round him, and I spotted a tattoo on his hip there. And I don't have a problem with tattoos. I don't have any myself, but it was a quote. And I said to him, oh, goodness, thank you very much. See you again.
Mr. Joe Lycett! Thank you very much for watching the show. Please give it up for both the acts you saw. I'm off backstage to meet a lady called Alicia. Farewell, see you later. Hello, and welcome to Stand Up Central. Thank you very much indeed. I tell you what can fuck off. Adult colouring in books. Now, if you're a fan of those, you're not going to enjoy this. Just la, la, la. Colour yourself calm. Does that really work? What, you're stuck in traffic? We'll just draw a dog. There we go. La, la, la. There's migrants traipsing across Europe. La, 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 la.
I nearly went outside the line.
I saw a bloke the other day doing it. La, la, la. He's about 40. La, la, la. There's kids in Syria with no childhood, and this fucker's having two. It's because we're the laziest generation to walk this earth. That's why we've turned into children, and we're doing colouring in. We've got drawers that shut themselves. I've got them. Have you seen these things? You go like that, and then right at the last minute, the drawer goes, all right, I'll do this bit. Yeah, exactly. You do some colouring in, I'll just... We're so pathetic, you know, and so pretentious, particularly in this part of London. I mean, we're barely seconds away from someone who's gluten intolerant. It's a very middle-class problem, isn't it, gluten? You very seldom see a little boy in Sierra Leone. Oh, do not get me started. White bread, it makes me do tricky poos. But we've all done the test. I wonder if I'm gluten intolerant. I wonder if that's why I'm such an arsehole. You do the test, you're not. You're just a dick. When you see people being so... Like this guy the other day, fuck, man. He was surrounded by about 5 beautiful women, and he was just there, just with a fucking beard, and he had a T-shirt on that said, do what you love. Thanks, mate, until your T-shirt came along and didn't know what to do with my life. It's like those T-shirts, you know the people in their houses, they have signs on the wall? Bathe. Sleep. Thanks, Mum, I was going to shit in the bin until these... But this bloke was there, and he was surrounded by these girls, and he said this out loud from his face. You know, girls, I hate blowjobs. I just think they're demeaning to my girlfriend. And you're like, oh, fuck off! No man hates blowjobs. Exactly. Like, if you're lucky enough to convince a woman to put your dirty dick in her magical mouth, then you enjoy that moment. And women will never know how lucky we feel and how alive we feel to receive a blowjob. It's like having 1,000 cotton buds in your ear, being swizzled by a mini Johnny Depp, and then you will still not get close to how alive and lucky we feel as we watch our bells loll on your fabulous tongues, and we wish we could articulate how good we feel, but no words will arrive. We're just like... No man has ever looked at that and gone, oh, how demeaning! Now she's licking my balls. Will this suffrage never end? That is better than colouring in. That's what I'm trying to say. You know the worst thing? One of the girls in this group recognised me. She came over and went, are you Russell Howard? And I went, indeed I am. And know this now. I love blowjobs. Yeah. Don't applaud. You haven't heard what happened. She wasn't with the group. Have you ever looked creepier in your life? Indeed I am. To go home, do some adult colouring in to calm myself down. Oh, well, you seem lovely. Let's have some questions. You up for that? Whee! Right, here we go. Do your best impression of how the Queen would seduce you. Oh, that is a good question.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, Rhys, how you doing? Margarita, please, double. Fierce. Cheers, Jacko. Good mix.
What is it?
Are you Jamaican? Because Jamaican me crazy. Come on, take me up the Elizabeth line.
One more. I've just thought of one.
You ever been with a posh girl? You won't come, you'll arrive.
Can you waddle like a penguin with STDs?
Give me that canister, I can't reach me bit. That's the last time I go with the Queen, Jesus.
Actually, no, don't do that. That's annoying. This is a better joke. What I should have done is, so as the penguin just walking into an STD clinic.
Hello.
He's northern, apparently, for some reason.
Jesus. What's wrong? It's my penis.
Well, you up for your first act? This young lady is very funny indeed. She's brilliant, she's amazing. She was born in Japan, she now lives here. Exciting, right? Yeah! Please welcome stage the brilliant Eureo Katana!
Hello, everyone. Hello. It's great to be here. I'm from Japan. Have we got anyone from Japan tonight? Because all the Japanese are still at work. So I've been living in this country for 11 years. 11 years now, and I really love living in this country, very much so. But sometimes things frustrate me, and let me share with you. The other day I was on a train, and a poster caught my eye, and it said, 93.12% of all London Overground trains run within 5 minutes of their scheduled time between 28th of June 2015 to 12th July 2015. Is this confession? Underneath it said, we are improving your journey on London Overground. Are they apologizing? Because I thought the trains are supposed to be running within 0 minutes of their scheduled time. In Japan, trains are on time, like proper on time. So that morning, I was very tired. So even though it was in a rush hour, I couldn't stop myself. And I said to the poster, out loud, I forgive you. Because as I said earlier, I really love living in this country because people are more laid back and relaxed than people back home. And there's one word, one beautiful English word I love. And we don't have this word in Japanese. It is ish. So I decided to bring this ish concept back home. So that last time when I visited my family, I told my mom, let's meet up at 1-ish. But because we don't have this word, I said to her, let's meet up in between 1:05 and 1:25. I saw her eyes with confusion and rage. I believe that this ish culture began long time ago, and it is in people's blood That's why people are called British. So I leave you with this. The other day, I was walking down the street, and there was one very good-looking, young, white Englishman said to me, "Ni hao." Maybe some of you know this meaning. This means hello in Chinese. But I thought it's quite nice because, living in this modern society, no one really say hello to strangers on street. So I said, "Hello," in Polish. Yeah, get it right, motherfucker. You've been absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eureo Katana! So, you know the drill. Me doing stand-up, some of my favourite acts from the circuit, also questions from you fine people. Let's have a look at these belters. Zach, hey Zach, I think unicorns do exist, they're just fat and grey, and we call them rhinos. Do you agree? I don't, but hopefully your carer does. If you could lose a body part, which one would it be? Testicle, I reckon. Who needs 3? When I jog, it's like an executive toy down there. You know when people say brother from another mother, I reckon redhead should say ginge from another minge. There's nothing I can add to that. That was absolutely brilliant. Right, are you up for your final act? Ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute treat to bring this young man on. He's very funny indeed. You're going to love him, so on 3, all the love in the world. 1, 2, 3! Please, welcome stage, Chris Ramsey!
Hello! Are you well? Yes, indeed. My name's Chris. I've just become a dad. Ooh, no one really gives a shit. That was quite sarcastic. But I've learned something. I've learned a scary reality. The pressure's on, right? When you become a dad, when you become a mum or a dad, when you bring a life into this world, a little apprentice human, right? You have one job above everything else. One single job from the moment that kid is born till the day you die. Do not raise a dickhead. That is the #1 job, right? I'm talking about, don't you raise someone who says they are not hungry when everyone's ordering a takeaway. Then when it arrives, just thinks it's acceptable to just pick off other people's trays. Dickhead, order your own. Don't you raise someone who thinks it's acceptable to pop round to a friend's house for less than an hour and do a shit in their toilet. Dickhead! Dickhead! You want to be shit in my house, you better be staying overnight, mate. I was an only child. When I was 7 years old, me and my mum and dad went on holiday, right? And something terrible happened. Remember sometimes, right, when you were a kid, your mum and dad would make friends with another mum and dad, meaning you were automatically expected to be best buddies, little bosom chums, with whatever cretinous little wretch of an offspring these random people happen to have with them. So this is, we're friends now, so this is your ready-made best friend. I fucking believe not, mother. Look at the state of this that you've brought before me. My mum and dad that year, right, they went on holiday. They made friends with a lovely couple from Buckinghamshire. And they had a son. And their son was called Lawrence. I knew straight away we were never going to be friends. Lawrence was the rubbish kid. Do you remember Lawrence was a dickhead? Remember the rubbish kid? Lawrence was the kid. When you were younger, you had a Lawrence on the periphery of your friend group. There was a Lawrence knocking around within your friend group, right? Wasn't he a proper friend? But he was there, a whinging, whining, non-stop, wanting his own way, a little nightmare. Oh, I can't do that. I'm not allowed. Oh, I'm allergic. Allergic to his own fucking asthma inhaler. You know the kid I mean. A Lawrence on holiday is the kid around the pool with layers and layers of unrubbed-in sun cream. Just squelching around the pool. A milky little letdown, ruining everyone's holiday. Haunting the poolside like a soggy little ghost. Looks like his mum puts the cream on via baptism, just... His voice was unbelievable. He could make anything sound sad. No matter what he was saying. He would obliterate the happiest sentence in the world. This is the best birthday ever. Tell your voice, mate, you sound like you're being tortured. One day, Lawrence's mum and dad and my mum and dad, they all chipped in and we got in a taxi, a boiling hot, non-air conditioned, mid-90s leather burning the back of me little speedoed thighs. 20-minute taxi torture ride down to the beach. We left the beach that day after 45 minutes because Lawrence wanted to go back to the hotel, because Lawrence was hysterical, because Lawrence saw a crab. There was no rules. It was fast and loose, whatever he would kick off at. This day it was a crab. He wasn't happy. He was inconsolable. It came straight at me. No, it didn't. It can only move sideways. You're a liar. Final night of the holiday, right? Final night of the holiday. Lawrence's mum and dad and my mum and dad, right? We were in the pool and they came over and they went, boys, because you have been such good boys, we've got a surprise for you. Tonight, it's your final night. We're going to take you down to the pizza restaurant. You watch the men make your pizzas. They put the toppings on. Then we're going to go to the arcade. You can play on the games all night. You can even play the mini golf. I was so excited, I instantly urinated. I was in the pool as well, so no one knew. Lawrence didn't want to go. Lawrence didn't want to go to the arcade. He didn't want to go and have the pizzas. Lawrence wanted to stay in the hotel on our final night and watch the hotel entertainment. Who wants to watch? The hotel entertainment is specifically there for people who've got too pissed during the day and can't physically leave the complex. Just rows of bright pink men on sun loungers going, I've overdone it, Sharon, I've overdone it. Shit, I'm shaking, I'm hurting. Go to the suitcase, Sharon, get me good shirt, just drape it over me nipples, just drape it. Sat, all the adults at the bottom, watching the disco, watching these three dickheads singing disco songs. Now, I'm not slagging off all hotel entertainment. I'm slagging off these three twats that we watched that night, right? You know you're in a shit hotel with the three guys singing at the end of the night were the ones taking you for water polo earlier that day, right? I'm sitting there, me and Lawrence sat at the back, sitting in this little balcony, holding on to the railings like I was in prison, watching these three dickheads singing disco songs. And you know when you're having the worst time ever and the person next to you is loving their life so much? I'm fuming and he's just... I sat there, white knuckles, furious, right? What I did to Lawrence that night echoed through my childhood. You know when you get a bollocking so severe, it is referred back to by your parents regularly, like, this is nearly as bad as what you did to Lawrence that fateful night. And I don't know where it came from, I don't know how I thought of it, little bit of genius, I don't know. But I sat there, furious, white knuckles, and I said, Lawrence, I bet you can't get your head through these railings. In my defense, I didn't think it would go in. I got an unexpected slam dunk that night, because evidently, enough unrubbed-in cream from the day, not an issue whatsoever. Straight in. Coming back out, not a fucking chance. Go and get my mummy! Go and get my mummy! so I quickly ran to the swings for an hour. I got a proper dragged back to the hotel room, mid-90s. You can still hit your kids, but it has to be behind closed doors. Bollocking! That night. And I don't even care. I don't regret it. I do not regret it one little bit. Because the scene I was dragged past that night that I created is still one of the greatest moments as a human being on this planet for me. I was dragged past a posh Buckinghamshire mother buttering her child's massive head with the tiny butters from the buffet to the tune of Aga fucking do. Thanks, Chris Ramsey. You've been awesome. Thank you very much. Good night.
Gentlemen, Chris Ramsey. Thanks very much for watching the show. Please give it up for all the acts you saw. And welcome to Stand Up Central. Thank you. Stop it. That's very kind. Wow. Thank you. That was nice. I feel like a rock star. That was lovely. Oh, I'd love to be a rock. I'd like to be Tom Jones. Tom Jones still has pants thrown at him at his gigs. How amazing would that be? You're at work and just, there you go. Who was the first lady to do that? He's upstage. Why? Just a woman going, I am enjoying this. Just the other ladies must have been so confused. What you doing, Miriam? You scared? I'm letting him know I'm having a good time. It's free, Tom. You sing away, you crooning bastard. It's only musicians. You don't do it with anyone else. That never happens with comedians or food. You know.
Okay, fucking hell, that was a good trifle. Let's lose these. He's put sherry in that. Launch it.
If that happened tonight, if a lady threw her pants at me, honestly, if they thudded on... Thudded's the wrong word. If they billowed on stage, I'd love that. But if it happened the other way, like if my dad did that at, let's say, a Rihanna gig, that would be just fucking launch it, Riri! What you doing, Dad? I don't know, boy. Can't be 100% certain there weren't a skidder on that. Also slightly baffled that I managed to throw my pants without removing my jeans. But yeah, I'd like to be a musician, be fun. Or a rapper, that'd be fun to be a rapper, be in one of those videos with ladies doing all that shit. So absurd. I used to find them so funny when I was a kid. Like, I never really connected with mainstream R&B. It was just buffoons bragging and having a better life than I knew I would ever have. You know, you've seen the kind of, I pull out my wang, I stick it in my honey, I bang her ass on a big bed of money. She comes 50 times, I'm a hot romancer. While she sucks my dick, I'll make a cure for cancer. Anyway, very much doubt I'm gonna do that. But it should be music that we can connect with. The awkward teenage boys of the world sat in a park drinking beer from a tin. Meant to go clubbing, but they wouldn't let us in. Ran out of money at 8:45. Yo, motherfuckers, let's go back to mine. It'll be amazing. I'm the host with the most. We'll watch Match of the Day and Mama make toast. That's exactly it. The amount of nights you've had that start off with what's going to happen and end up with Excellent, well, you seem lovely. Right, what we're going to do, before we bring in your first act, I'm going to have a couple of questions. You up for a couple of questions? Tweet! Right. Rebecca Mullin. Hello, Rebecca. If Kanye and Kim were both drowning and you only had time to save one, what sandwich would you make? Well done. That is an amazing question.
Imagine that. Oh my God, they're dead. What did you do?
Just made a tuna baguette. Joey Essex is burning. Yeah, a quiche. Did anyone want a quiche?
I met Joey Essex recently. That was fun. He told me a story. He was like,
I've just bought a new house.
and I was like, oh, good. How?
Wasn't that one?
Just rubbing your tongue against it.
He was like, yeah, it was wealthy. It's like 3.5 million.
You're like, yeah.
It's like, but it's got a swimming pool and I don't really like it.
And you're like, fuck! They'll probably drown in it, to be honest.
Blue carpet, blue carpet.
What should we call transgender people? Christ, probably their name. Have you ever made a dick of yourself in front of a girl you fancy? Well, of course I have. That, you know, everyone has, haven't they? No. Never. Surely. That's what my teenage years were like. This is the worst, actually. I was never planning on talking about this, but this is the worst, most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me with a girl, right? Like, I was 17. I was at a party with my brother, right? We arrived through a hedge. We weren't invited. And it was an outdoor party. There was a pool, there was nakedness, there was drugs, there was women. It was amazing. And there was a girl I really liked. And my brain went, there she is, Russ. Go over. You're looking good. You've got an Umbro top on. You've got acne. You've got low self-esteem. Let's do this. I kind of walked over. Now, in the Disney version of my life, he'd be like, I like you more, let's kiss. Oh, babies, babies, babies. But what happened? A cat jumped on my head and wouldn't let go. Have you ever tried to chat a woman? Like, yeah! Yeah! 10 minutes later, Mum's like that, you're home early. My brother's like that, yeah, there was an incident with some black pussy. You up for your first act? Wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, this lady's fantastic. You are going to love her. So please go wild and crazy for Kiri Pritchard-McLean!
Hello, you lovely buggers, are you well? Yeah. Thank you very much for having me. I've come from Manchester to do this gig. Yeah, the Birmingham of the North, sir. Yes, you're right to be proud. I'm sort of settled there now. I went to university there, and then what happened is I left uni and bought my own house, and people always say to me, how have you managed to buy a house at your age? I just explained to them, I've sort of done it the old-fashioned way. I've worked really, really hard, and I've sort of saved up all my free time, and I invested it into one elderly relative. That has paid off now, So I'm not from Manchester originally. I'm from Wales, actually, and I love going back. Yeah, it's a fucking great place. I love going back and seeing my family. I don't love bumping into the people I went to school with. They've all found out that I do stand-up comedy, and you think they'd be like, brilliant, one of us got away. Not at all, right? I saw this girl who was in my form class, and she came up to me and she said, someone told me that you do comedy now. You weren't very funny in school. It's nice and supportive, isn't it? And what I wanted to say was, well, you didn't strike me as being particularly maternal, but... Here they all are. Don't cut me, I didn't do that. She used to beat the shit out of me. I just said, oh, I didn't think you're allowed to get babies' ears pierced, and then I ran away, so I won that. I'm genuinely worried about my reputation where I live. No good way of me getting into this story, but essentially, my local takeaway thinks that I'm a prostitute. Do with that information what you will, but it's absolutely true. And it's because doing this job, I usually finish work quite late at night, somewhere between sort of 1 and 3 in the morning, right? This is the kind of shit I always wear when I'm on stage. So I used to walk into the takeaway, they'd see me dressed like this and go, oh, have you been for a night out, love? And I go, no, sorry, I've just finished work. Dead-eyed stare at 2 o'clock in the morning. They all assumed I was using my mouth to make my living in a very different way, right? And I'm quite innocent. I'm from the countryside, so it just didn't click with me until I walked in there a few months ago, right? Walked in and nodded for the usual, and they said, you're right, love. How was work? I said it was okay, you know. I had about 300 in. couple of big stag parties as well. I wasn't expecting that, so there we go. I think it's on Groupon. This story keeps following me around, though. I'm on Twitter. That's part of being a comedian, right? Being on Twitter. So is my takeaway. And I know this because they sent me a tweet, God love them, and they sent a tweet to me and it said, "Hello, Kiri, it's us. Will you do our Christmas pie?" Which is so cute, isn't it? But you really hope they realise that I am a stand-up comedian, not a prostitute. That's a tough December gig, isn't it? Hand it round like some terrible game of Pass the Parcel. Stop the music. You've been lovely. You've been so fun. What a nice way to spend an evening. Because I get to go home now, jump on the train back to Manchester, and I think I'll tell them all about you. Tell the takeaway all about 200 people in a dark room in front of a camera crew. They'll fucking love that shit, won't they? So I've been Kiri Pritchard-McLean. Thank you very much. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, please get up for Kiri Pritchard-McLean! Now, I have to ask you a question, because who was the person that handed this to me? Okay. I mean, there's several questions I want to ask. The first one being, what did you think was going to happen? Where did you get them? You're looking at each other. You got them from Beijing. This story gets even more peculiar. What were you doing in Beijing?
My husband's a diplomat.
Your husband's a diplomat. I mean, this feels like it's got scandal written all over it, doesn't it? Wow. Knickerbocker glory. Is he here tonight?
He is.
How you doing, man? I've never met a diplomat. I feel like I should sort of offer you Ferrero Rocher. Do you know what I mean? What's the most decadent thing you've ever seen?
Those plastic pants.
Those plastic pants. It's kind of one of those jobs, nobody really knows what you do, but you imagine you just want to, hello, hello. Just, you know, you greet Prince Charles, essentially. Is that it? Hello, hello. Come on, Charles. Let's keep the Duke of Edinburgh away from the Chinese people. That's probably good for you. Right, it's time for your final act of this evening. It's a genuine pleasure to bring our next act on. He's absolutely brilliant. You're going to love him. He's one of my favourite acts to watch. So please, go wild and crazy. And welcome to stage the brilliant James Acaster!
Yeah. What a good bunch. I've just come back from the seaside. I went on my own. It was the best day. No hours to this guy. It was great. It was cheered me up. I just come out of a relationship. I miss her. So what? So what? I'm not going to act like I'm a tough guy. I miss her. So you don't realise how much you need something until it's gone, do you? Like your fingernails. But you don't realise how much you need your fingernails until you cut your fingernails. Then that's the day you've got to put 4 new keys on a keyring. Agony, forget it. Have them loose in your pocket. Guess, it's not worth it. So I went to the seaside on my own to cheer myself up. Worst part of going to the seaside on your own, that would be the point where if you're there with a car full of people driving to the seaside, the best bit is when you see the sea for the first time. And you get to announce it to everyone else in the car. You point at it and you say, "I can see the sea." And then they all look and go, "Confirmed." I love saying I can see the sea. I was gutted I didn't get to say it. Because that's the only time you can say it, you know. When you see it. You can't go around boy cried wolf saying you can see the sea. Only time in your life you can say you can see the sea is when you can see the sea. That and like during an eye test. Break it out then. Quite nice. I got to the seaside. I was still feeling lonely. I wanted to cheer myself up, so I wanted to have a go on one of those pictures you put your head in, you know? You know pictures you put your head in, right? Yeah, you all know pictures you put your head in, right? Yeah? Yeah? You know pictures you put your head in. You might not. It's very hard to get it across to people what I mean, actually, when I say pictures you put your head in. It's real hard to get it across, because they've been around for a long time. They've been around your entire life. Pictures you put your head in have been around. You've all seen the picture you put your head in, and maybe you've even got a photo of yourself with your head in a picture you put your head in. You might own that photo, but it's hard to get it across what I mean when I say pictures you put your head in, because even though they've been around for ages, no one's got round to giving them a name yet. They haven't got a name. There's no name there's no name. I had to come up with pictures you put your head in myself. I feel like some of you still don't know what I mean. Pictures you put your head in. Pictures you put your head in, you know? They were invented in the olden times by an artist who couldn't do faces. Does that help you? Pictures you put your head in. You know what I'm talking about? They're the opposite of masks. Does that help anyone at all? Pictures you put your head in. Yeah. I knew you'd understand. I knew you'd know it. Same hymn sheet. There's one that was free. It was a kid's one. Little kid's one. Lower down. Head hole's still the same size as it is for adults. You make of that what you will. I'm asking for trouble. It's the classic scene. You know the classic. It's a beach scene. A big fat lady with a stripy swimsuit. And a skinny guy with a knotted handkerchief on his head. I put my head in the lady one, because I'm a professional comedian, I know what's funny. I looked at that headless man and it hit me. And then I realised, what I realised was this. If you got your head in a children's picture you put your head in for two, and you're on your own, and you're an adult, and you happen to be crying a little bit, it looks really peculiar if no one's taking your photograph. Eventually, I put my hand through the empty face hole and took a selfie. I needn't have bothered. Turns out, if you are crying on your own in a children's picture you put your head in, strangers will stop to take photos. A queue formed. I miss being a kid, man. I liked being a kid. Favourite part of being a kid was Christmas. Favourite part of Christmas was the Christingle service. What is a Christingle? I'll tell you. A Christingle, right, is an orange. It's got a red ribbon tied around it. And isn't that already weird? 2 steps in. I'm not even halfway through this description. That's an orange with a red ribbon. There's never any excuse to tie a red ribbon around an orange, is there? Unless you're going to fly somewhere on holiday, you want to check the orange in beforehand, so that when it comes round on that conveyor belt, you can tell it apart from all the other oranges. Clever. You don't want to go home with a satsuma, or God forbid, a clementine. Orange, got a red ribbon tied around it. And then 4 cocktail sticks stuck in the top of the orange, and then you skewer raisins and dolly mixtures onto those. And then you get a long, thin candle, drive that into the top of the orange, and you light it. And then a small child carries that down the aisle of the church on Christmas Eve, and nobody questions it. Side note, if I'm ever in a food fight, Christingle, weapon of choice. A lot going on there, spikes and fire. Best of luck with your custard pie. Food fights only happen in films. That's because in real life, if you throw mashed potato in someone's face, they rarely respond in kind. You deserve everything you get. In a film, someone will throw mashed potato at someone, and then they throw mashed potato back at them, and then a third person, who weren't even involved, by the way, just a bystander, will kick off the whole thing by shouting out, "Food fight." Food fight, at the top of their voice. They wait, though, until both people have thrown the food. They see that first load of food get thrown, and then they're thinking to themselves, "Oh, man, okay, hold your horses. You don't know what sort of a fight this is yet." This could go multiple ways. Don't prematurely shout food fight like you did last time. The guy threw the mash, you blurted out food fight, then they made friends. Oh, man, I look like a troublemaker. Holds the horses. He throws the mash. Food fight! Boom! Everyone launches into a food fight. There's food flying everywhere. I'm crouched behind an upturned table, frantically assembling Chris Dingles. Just... running around the moon, just merrily singeing people, shouting out, "You knew this day would come." Say your prayers. Merry Christmas. I don't attack him with the cocktail sticks, that's out of order. I use them in self-defence like a little hedgehog. I don't just be like that. And then back into it. Jingle bells. Little donkey. Special move. You have, as I knew you would be in a dream, been lovely. Goodbye.
Thank you very much for watching the show. Good night, my friend. Hello. And welcome to Stand Up Central. Hi, friends. I have had a weird week. I got heckled in the street. A lady came up to me and said, "Can I ask you a question?" I said, "Of course." And she went, "When you come, do your eyes go back to normal?" I don't know. I've never masturbated in front of a mirror. I've never looked down at a girl and gone, "Are they different? Are the eyes like a special real boy?" I drift into situations like that all the time. Cheer if you've ever been to Australia. It's a wonderful place, right? I got stung the very first day that I went there. I got stung by a jellyfish. Now, what's the correct thing to shout if a jellyfish stings you? Ow is correct. Do you know what I went for? Mum! Mum! I shouted for my mother. I could hear fish around me laughing. Just, "Fucking Mum, bite him again, Dave." I was like, "Mum, jellyfish bit me on the bum." My mum sprang into action. "Piss on it!" Really, I go on swimming. Now I'm running up the beach. I get myself in a toilet cubicle and start trying to urinate on my own arse. With my mum knocking on the door. "How's it going, Prince? Bend it round the corner. Use your hand as a pivot." She was Googling symptoms. "It's not gonna work, Russ. It's gotta be someone else's piss. Do you want me to come?" "No, I don't!" And that wasn't even the weirdest moment. 3 days later, my brother got stung there. Stung by a jellyfish. And I looked at him and went, "I can help you." He was like, "What?" "It's got to be someone else's wee. I can do this." And my brother was like, "I don't know, Russ." And this sums up how mad my brother is. He was like, "I don't know. What if it becomes my thing?" What if it becomes? Well, you know, you read about people and their lives change, and what if I really get off on being pissed on? I said, it's a risk we're going to have to take. Look away. I started weeing on my brother, which is a rare moment for anyone. Just pissing away. And I looked at him and went, is that better? And he said yes and no. Is it your thing? No, it's not my fucking thing. Can it get stranger? Yes, it can. We were 100% certain that we'd locked the door. Or you think you've had weird looks in your life? You try having a confused Australian man open a door. What the fucking hell's going on here, mate? I'm quite quick off the draw. The only thing my brain had to come back with was, we're not from round here. Let's have some questions. Describe Jeremy Hunt in 3 words. Underqualified cockwomble. How about that? Did you go to university? Yes. If you did, tell us a good story from there. If not, do a cool dance. Well... I lived with a warden in halls of residence, and the first week I was there, he woke me up at 2 in the morning, and he was 40, I was 18, but he got free accommodation because he was doing a degree and he was older, and he kind of woke me up. I'm doing both, I'm combining them. He kind of woke me up and went, psst. It was 2 in the morning, and I went, what? And he went, drink this. And it was cider that he'd made. And slightly weird that he was in my room because I remember locking it, but he was in. And then I'm sort of drinking cider, and there's a 40-year-old man at the end of my bed, and he says, and this is a quote that's really stayed with me because I think it's the most British sexual brag I've ever heard. He said out loud, yeah, me and the partner had sex this weekend. Ooh, Russell. If there was a World Cup for shagging, we'd have made the quarterfinals. It's the most British thing I've ever heard in my life. Would you rather listen to Bieber non-stop for the rest of your life or have a small northern man sit on your shoulder criticising everything you do? Probably listen to Bieber. It'd be fairly weird, wouldn't it, if you just said, what you doing? Oh, God, what you doing? Urinating on your brother? Jesus.
Why don't you just convince a stranger to do it? Now you've ruined Christmas for the both of you and me forever.
You can't say that. I can say what I want. Naughty man. Fuck you.
Fuck you, not you. Oops. Oh, maybe ventriloquism's harder than you thought. I'm not so sure.
So, you up for your first act? Brilliant. He's very funny, he's wonderfully posh. Please, welcome to stage the brilliant Mr. Ivo Graham!
Good evening. I've got quite a posh voice. Got this voice, I spent most of my life at an all-boys boarding school. I'm not ashamed of that, it made me the man I am today. Insecure, repressed, and very good at ancient Greek. Couldn't pleasure a lady, but I could translate the Odyssey. At the end of the day, which is the more transferable life skill? Studied for 5 years as a teenager at probably the least popular all-boys boarding school of them all. I went to a school called Eton College. Aware of the reputation Eton has. You come on stage, you say you went to Eton, you immediately feel people sizing you up. Go, what kind of an Aldertonian is he? Is he one of the bad ones, like David Cameron, slowly dismantling the welfare state? One of the good ones, like Eddie Redmayne, pretending to be disabled for money? That's a reference to the film The Theory of Everything. I hope you know that, otherwise that must seem bizarrely aggressive accusation. I've got a girlfriend. That's quite exciting. I like my girlfriend very much, but she's modern. She's a modern gal. She's got an iPhone 6. Crafty bitch. This loser's still trapped with his 4. I love my iPhone 4. Very complicated, modern piece of kit. Does everything I need it to do.
But my girlfriend's always telling me, she said, you need to upgrade to a 5 or a 6. We're all obsessed all the time with upgrading. It's a very modern addiction, always having the newest thing. I try to remind myself I'm very lucky even to have just my humble iPhone 4. And I do this by reminding myself that I survived for about 6 months, about 5 years ago, with nothing but a Nokia 3210, which didn't have a 7 button. And that is the game changer right there. If you can survive those 6 months, you can pretty much achieve anything you want to on this earth. I don't know if you've seen modern mobile telephone numbers, guys. They pretty much all kick off with a lovely bit of 7. Life was hard. If I met someone and I wanted to take their telephone number, instead of saying, what is your telephone number, like a human being from this planet, I would first have to wrong-foot them with the preliminary question, how many 7s does your telephone number have in? Because I thought the only way I could add new numbers to my 7-less Nokia was by editing those numbers in place of the number of a previously existing contact. A very Darwinian approach to friendship. Like a nightclub. 1 in, 1 out. But those who made it were very lucky to receive the frankly insane text messages that I was sending during that 6 months. Text messages written without access to a P, a Q, an R, or an S. Fairly useful letters, you might not think so, but you'd miss them when they're gone. Every day a challenge, leaving my scarf at my friend's house, having to text him to say, give me my woolen neck heat device. And then AFAF to convey urgency. As fast as feasible. I don't have many catchphrases, but please do use AFAF in your own lives if possible. I like a long text, no spelling errors in my text messages, unless on one situation, unless I'm on a night out and I want to convey to people back home that I'm having more fun than I actually am. Me on my own in the corner of a club, pretending to be drunk, going, this is probably the point in a night where a weaker man would misspell alienation, so there we go. Not proud, but it's got to be done. My girlfriend, she's so goddamn modern, she doesn't even use words in her text messages anymore. Oh, no. She's on the emoji wagon, hurtling towards illiteracy. She's a whore for a hieroglyph. No stopping. I'm too loyal to the words, guys. I don't want to boast, but I know tens of thousands of words. I learned them at Eton. I read books. I would underline the words in those books if I didn't know them, look them up in a dictionary, try to use them in a sentence 3 times before the end of the day. It didn't cure the loneliness, no, but it did distract me from the loneliness for a certain period of time. I don't forget them all, but I want to please my girlfriend and stay in the relationship, so I will use the emoji pictures, but here's my compromise. I won't use ones that are at all relevant to the conversation we're having. Flummoxer. She'll send me another of her infuriatingly affectionate text message saying, you know, so nice to meet your parents the other week. I feel so close to you right now. Then a smiley face and a love heart. Snooze. This guy replies with a saxophone and the Japanese flag. What kind of mind games is he playing? What kind of jazz is he known in the East? She'll never know, nor will you. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an absolute treat. Thank you so much for having me. I've been Ivo Graham. See you soon.
Friends, let's have some of these damn questions. Have you ever wondered how long it takes a giraffe to throw up? I haven't, but I quite like the thought process. What's the idea that a giraffe sees something horrible and it just goes, oh God, that's gonna be a tough week, as it slowly makes its way up like some sort of vomit elevator. And then when it least expects it, I'm really sorry. I saw something awful a week ago. Presumably, by that same token, try to think who's got a small neck, that they vomit straight away. Just, an owl. Yeah, they've barely got any neck. And also it would spin like shit. Yeah. Can you make an owl sick? By doing that at it. What's the strangest animal you've ever seen vomit? A tortoise. What happened? He was like, I'm just going too fast. I can't live like this.
It's just my pet.
It was your pet?
Yes.
Well, that begs the question, what were you doing? to make the tortoise throw up?
It was just feeling ill.
It was feeling ill. Hey, no one's accusing you. It's that may well have been the case. But we now have an impression that whenever you came into the room, the tortoise went, oh, fuck, it's him. Max Montgomery. Good name. Max Montgomery. If you could fly, what would you piss on first? Can't help but feel you're wasting your superpower there, Max. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it appears to be Russell Howard urinating on Katie Hopkins. Are you up for your next act? Lovely stuff. It's a real pleasure to bring this lady on. She's incredibly funny. She's fantastic. You'll love her. So please go wild and crazy and welcome to stage the absolutely fantastic Bridget Christie!
Thank you very much. Great to be here. I'm Bridget Christie. I'm a comedian. I'm also a wife and a mother. Plus, I can load and fire a 17th century musket, drive a tractor and scuba dive. Now, I'm not boasting. I'm just saying I do all different types of things. So I do different things, and I mean different things to different people. So, for example, to my 2 small children, I'm an absent mother. To my husband, I'm an endless source of shame and regret. To a deep-sea diving instructor in Thailand, I am a worst-case scenario. I'm also a woman. A woman's looks are very important. In fact, the way that a woman looks is more important than anything she could ever think, say, do, or achieve. A woman's looks are so important, in fact, that women are often asked to give people a twirl so that she can be approved in 3D. But us women don't just turn around in circles all day long, looking hopeful and getting dizzy. We do lots of other things as well. For example, when Christine Lagarde isn't turning around in a circle, she's the head of the International Monetary Fund. Angela Merkel fills her time between turns by being the German Chancellor. Jane Torville is not a good example to use here. There have been very many great women. Not in adverts, though. There's only 2 types of women in adverts, right? There's only 2 choices available to us, okay? We're either highly sexualised and wanton, or we're passive and vacuous and idiotic, okay? So women in adverts are either coming on a window pane because they can't believe there's no draft coming through the double glazing, or we're laughing at salads. There's absolutely one clap there, thanks. There's nothing in between. I stopped going up for adverts. I was so annoyed with how women are portrayed. It was a particularly bad one I went up for. It was for a yogurt advert. I went in, they said, hi, Bridget, so for this one, you go to the fridge, you open the fridge door, there is a man inside the fridge holding a yogurt on a tray. You are not to look threatened or intimidated or worried because we want it to look naturalistic. I said, sorry, there's a man inside the fridge. I said, yeah. I said, I do have one question. They said, yes, all right, but we do have a lot of people to see today. I said, right. This man who's inside the fridge, do I know him at all? They said, no. I said, I don't know him. They said, no, why would you know him? I said, sorry, so he's a stranger then? They said, yeah, if you like. I said, there's a strange man inside my fridge who I've never seen before, even locally. They said, no. I said, but you don't want me to respond in any way or look worried or frightened or intimidated. They said, no, just be cool with that. I said, I'm home alone. There's a strange man inside my fridge who I've never clapped eyes on before. Yet you... They said, no. I said, has there been any sign of a break-in at all? They said, no. I said, so how did he get in and in the back? They said, Bridget, please. We've got a lot of people to see today. We really don't have time for this. It's a very simple scenario. It's just a yogurt advert. Nobody's going to be thinking, oh, is she on her own? Where's the husband? Oh, I hope she... No one's going to be thinking that, Bridget. Only you're thinking it. If you could, please, we're really pushed for time today. It's a very simple scenario. You're at home. You open the fridge door. There is a man in there. He offers you a yoghurt on a tray, which he's already open for you. You take the yoghurt, and then if you could just swoon, you know, because he's a very attractive man, then we're done here today. I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorry, I'm swooning now. So you're saying that I'm sexually attracted to him? They said, well, he's a very attractive man. I said, I'm sorry, Mr. Yoghurt. I just need to clarify something about this advert, because it seems to have a very dark underlying message, and I don't think you've done it intentionally. I don't. But I think that once I've pointed out to you, I think you'll be actually very relieved. So, I'm home alone. Yes, that's right. There's nobody else in. There's a strange man inside my fridge who I've never seen before. Yes, that's right. He offers me a yoghurt, which I find passive-aggressive under the circumstances. Also, the lid is half off. I mean, that poses all sorts of questions, doesn't it? I mean, is it past its sell-by date? Has he done something into the yoghurt? Has he smelt it? I don't know. Does rehypnol even dissolve in yoghurt? The point I'm trying to make, I'm sorry, I know you've got a lot of people to see, is I would not accept an already opened yoghurt from my own mother. Let alone a man, a complete stranger, who's been waiting inside my fridge for I don't know how long, with the sole intention of feeding me a yoghurt that he has already opened. I'd be insane to eat it. Absolutely mad. Then you're saying that I find him sexually attractive because you've asked me to swoon. I'm sorry, but at the moment, this yoghurt advert is perpetuating rape myths. It is. I'm really sorry to have to point it out to you, but I feel that it's my social responsibility to do so. I'm not saying that your yoghurt advert is entirely responsible for all the rapes that are happening, but all these rapists are getting the go-ahead from somebody. Anyway, now, for this yoghurt advert to work, it's easily fixed, OK? You could have, say, you could see the woman waving her partner goodbye, saying, yes, bye, dear, have a good day at work. Don't forget the yoghurt. Then you should see him running around the side of the house, letting himself in through the kitchen door with his own key, while I pretend not to see him looking all coy, pretending not to get angry because he's dragged all fucking mud in from the garden. Oh, a really good touch is when I go to open the fridge door, there should be like a photo of us together on the fridge door, like of some other place having a great laugh, like on a roller coaster or eating ice creams or something. That way, the viewer at home knows that this is a safe scenario and I'm completely fine and everything's hunky-dory. But at the moment, I'm afraid this yoghurt advert is just giving rape apologist ammunition, and I can't play any part in that, even for a £7,000 buyout. And anyway, I think you'll find, actually, that most women's rape fantasies do not involve already open yoghurts and strange men waiting in fridges. I know mine certainly don't. My rape fantasies involve more prosecutions and longer sentences. Yes, they do. I have that one every night. I'll just apologise for that last joke, actually. None of the others, but I do apologise for that last one. See a few upset, confused faces down the front. No, I do apologise. I'm being serious. I know that you didn't technically consent to hearing a rape joke tonight. The problem is you've all come out tonight dressed like you wanted to hear one. Just assume that would be all right. So, if you're looking for someone to blame, certainly not me. Thank you. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Bridget Christie! Thanks very much for watching the show. Good night, my friends. I'm off to watch an owl vomit. Bye-bye. Oh, I'm in a fantastic mood. I did a gig recently in Hong Kong. Has anyone been? Yeah. You have? Okay, oh, don't point at your face. Just because you're clearly Chinese. You've made me look racist there. Who's been to Hong Kong and you went... And I've instantly never got more middle class. Well, you might have been there on a vacation. Help! Are you from Hong Kong?
But my grandparents are.
So your grandparents are there. So when you went... That isn't strictly true, is it? This racial tension... England's a very tense place at the minute. And you've made that worse. I'm joking. It's a nice place, isn't it? You don't know. You've never been there. Your nan and granddad spend time there. I met your nan last week. I did. I said, how are you, nan? You well? She went... Is your nan still with us? Phew. You went, no, she's... OK. But I was really giddy. I told my mum, how sad's that? I was like, I'm doing a gig in Hong Kong. And she was like, ooh, in English? Probably. We've known each other for many years. You would have thought once I would have let slip that I knew rudimentary Cantonese. Brilliant place. I was so lucky. On the flight over there, I had... You know, every so often in life, a magical moment happens. Like, I had one of these moments. I was on this plane, flying to Hong Kong. I was next to a businessman who was asleep, and he was making that silly, whistly noise through his nose. You know that? It sounded like somebody was abusing a Teletubby. And every so often, you thought he would stop, because he was like, So I was already giggling. And then it happened. From nowhere, in the darkness, on the plane, I heard this voice go, will you stop touching your willy? And I honestly thought it was God. For a second, what? That's what I like to do. I looked over, and there was a mum telling her son off. Now, you know, every so often you look at something and you think, this is gonna be good. The kid was about 4. This woman looked so tired. She said, will you stop touching your willy? How about this for an answer? The kid looked back at his mum and went, oh, mummy. I love it. It was the most amazing answer. Yeah, you're right. I love it, mummy. If you had one of these, you wouldn't leave the damn thing alone. You'll go blind! Yes, and then I'll have a dog and a willy. Oh, it was beautiful. I was like that as a kid. I used to drive my mum insane. We played a game in our house called Lady Wrestling. Now, this may be very specific to the Howard family, but what we do, Lady Wrestling, you played it up until the age of 8. You tuck your willy between your legs, and you have a fight with your brother. We had a song. We genuinely had a song. Lady wrestling, the greatest game that you will ever find. Lady wrestling, you look like a bulldog from behind. The loser was the first person whose willy fell out in the middle of the bout. 2 years my brother beat me straight. I only found out recently he was sellotaping his gear to his arsehole. My brother was the worst, right? Genuinely, this is honestly true. My brother, up until the age of about 7, whenever he was excited, he would get his willy out. That was his way of showing he was happy. I loved it. I wish he still did it. He got a mortgage the other day. It would have been amazing. It used to drive my mum insane, because he would do it over the tiniest things. Like, Mum's like, do you want some toast? He once got naked in a supermarket. He was running around. My dad tried to chase him. Can you imagine how happy I felt? My brother's walking along, his willy's swinging. The reason why it was so great, because to quote my dad, it is physically impossible for a grown man to chase a naked child without looking unbelievably dodgy. Think about it. The only words that you have to calm people down are, don't worry, he's mine. Right, you seem a lot of fun. You up for some questions? Yeah! Sweet! Right. Describe the last book you read through the medium of dance. I'm going to need my hands if I'm going to do this. Oh, I've got one. To Kill a Mockingbird. There you go. Oh, got one. Winnie the Pooh. Oh. Willy Wonka. Come on. That was all right. Jesus. Ladies and gentlemen, you up for your first act? Brilliant. What a pleasure to bring on this next young man, if I can understand how the mic works. He's brilliant. You're going to love him. His name is Johnny Pelham. Please go wild and crazy and welcome him to the stage.
Hello, guys. How are we doing? We all right? Are we good, guys? Good stuff. Tell you about me. My name's Johnny. I'm a pretty weird man. I'll give you an example of this. I was born with webbed toes, webbing behind the back of my legs, a cleft palate, a cleft lip, a hole in the roof of my mouth, and depending upon how you define the nipple, I possess either 3 or 4 or 5. Now, that resume begs the question, how did my sperm win that race? When I was about 10, I was in a wheelchair for about 6 months, got some surgery on my legs, and I quite enjoyed being in a wheelchair. It was sort of good crack. But my parents, assuming that I was hating, it's like a nice, fun thing, organised me to go on a holiday camp designed for disabled people. But it was called Camp Courage. And it was fucking shit. I remember on the last night we'd sort of sat around a campfire and this guy stood up and he said, you know what I think is the bravest thing that you can do? It is to be the person that you are. And I don't know if that's true. So sometimes the bravest thing you can do is to be the person that you are. But sometimes the bravest thing that you can do is to tell your camp organiser to fuck off. Even if it does mean that you have to spend 20 minutes on the naughty ramp. And also, I grew up in inner city Bradford, so it's quite multicultural. I was the only white boy in my form class, when about 5 or 6. In my year, man, initially it was very hard to make friends, you know. I did sort of find my place, joined a gang. Called the Blazing Bangladeshis. Who are the Blazing Bangladeshis? Just me. And 5 Bangladeshis. Khoisar Ali, Ibrahim Ahmed, Nurul Amin, Ashraf Mahmood, Mohammed Abdullah Al Masouf, and Jonathan Pelham. People looking at us are so confused. They're like, are you their lawyer? Some sort of Bangladeshi albino? There were some rules, obviously. Every establishment needs rules. The first rule of the Blazing Bangladeshis, you do not talk about the Blazing Bangladeshis. The second rule, no Pakistanis. I didn't make the rules, guys, so don't go hating on me. I quite enjoyed my childhood. It was pretty good at school. I was never good with women, though. The worst example of this was year 11 prom, because suddenly I had to ask a girl out. And there was a girl, she was called Hannah. And I fancied Hannah, for I knew what fancying was. You know that age when you confuse sexual attraction with indigestion? Just sort of wandering around wide-eyed, thinking, what the hell was in my moussaka last night? Because it has made my penis massive. And I remember I sort of plucked up the courage. I asked her out, and quite remarkably, almost like a Hollywood movie, she said yes. And I never forget, you know, I was so excited. I ran home, I told my mum, I bought my first suit, I bought some flowers. I went to prom and I gave her the flowers, and it turned out that she'd only accepted as a joke. Confidently, there was no confusion over the meaning of girl you love, laughing in your face in front of the whole school. I like to think, ultimately, I won, though, because she died. Ridicule and humiliation, but ultimately still breathing. Good. I didn't know if you were going to go for that joke. Quite dark, innit? I thought that might be a loser, but I think that's the one you enjoyed the most, so... was about to say. You lot have been absolutely lovely. Thanks very much. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Johnny Pelham! Let's do some questions. Right, here we go. If you were female for a day, what would you do? I would write to my local MP saying, why do we not get paid as much as men? And then I'd run a bath and watch my boobs float. Actually, scrap that. I beat my brother at lady wrestling. That's what I would do. The hunter has become the hunted. Russell, how do you tickle a chicken? I don't know. I don't know. How do you tickle a chicken?
Touch its cock.
Okay. For those that didn't hear, you touch its cock. Do you watch any YouTubers? No, I don't. No, I don't. I've seen, but you know, from what I've seen of it, my 7-year-old cousins like it, and it's just, hello.
I thought I was gonna do a sneeze today, but I didn't do a sneeze. Because I went, ha, 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 and I nearly did. But I didn't.
Go for your next act. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is one of my favourite acts on the circuit. You're going to absolutely love him. Please, welcome to stage the brilliant Shawn Wall!
Thank you very much. Hello. Hello. It's nice to be here. I live here in London. Yes, with my girlfriend, which is nice. But she is vegan. Do you know these ones? Vegans? I had no idea there were so many vegetables. I used to just think there were peas and chips. The other day, she sent me to the shop to get a butternut squash. And then got angry when I came back with 3 different things. I'm not used to all this healthy food. I was brought up on fish fingers, chips and beans, sausages, chips and beans, bacon, chips and beans, eggs, chips and beans, chicken nuggets, chips and beans, chicken dippers, chips and beans, chicken Kiev, chips and beans, chicken dinosaurs, chips and beans, and sometimes chips and beans. Now it's all this green stuff. She's got all this green stuff. I remember when I used to open the fridge, there'd be Coca-Cola, pepperami, cheese strings, real food. Now I open the door, it's not even a fridge anymore, it's an allotment. Cabbage, spinach, a bloke at the back planting a turnip, and a fox, and it's full of all this quinoa, what is it? Quinoa, that's it, rice for cunts. Quinoa, what's a quinoa, please? What's a quinoa? It's a rye bread and smashed avocado. Ooh. And sparkling elderflower. I've tried being healthy. You know, I've tried eating soup. Try soup, it's the same every time with soup. You start eating soup, you go, That's not that bad, actually, this soup. This is nice. This is good. Why not? I should eat soup more. What am I doing? I was put off eating soup, but this is lovely. It's tasty. It's good for you. You're getting 1 of your 5 a day. It's got nutrition. This is lovely. I'm going to eat more soup. I'm going to cut out all that unhealthy food, and I'm just going to eat soup. I'm going to get really healthy and just eat soup. I didn't know this. I'm a guy that loves soup. And then you finish the bread. And you realise you're not someone that loves soup. You're someone that loves bread and butter dipped in a sauce. All my friends have started looking after themselves. I hate these people. You know these ones? They say things like this. It's the worst kind of people. They say stuff like this. I'm not eating bread. I'm not eating bread either. That's why I ordered some. I'm not eating... Sorry, I can't. I'm not eating bread. You know what you do when you meet these people? Beat the shit out of them with a baguette. There you go. Dough balls done. Get them down your mouth. I can't even enjoy bread anymore. It's just bread. I've cut down on the ketamine and now I can't have bread. It's just bread. I just want to enjoy something in this godforsaken life. It's just bread. I'm not eating bread. Sorry, I'm not eating bread. It's bad for you. Oh, yeah, no, it's really bad. Yeah, it's not slow-release carbs. People are being made to feel so guilty now about everything. You're going to have to start sneaking to the toilets for bread. Be like that in a cafe. Do you want a quick slice? A quick slice? You have a quick slice? Crushing up Hovis thick sliced white bread. You got an extra few quid? The sourdough bread. This is the good stuff. This is the good stuff, this. This is the good shit. You can tell it's good because it's not cut. Coming out of cafe toilets. I haven't got any crumbs on me, have I? Crumbs. Can you check me for crumbs? I'm all right for crumbs. Yeah. Even men are feeling the pressure now. Should stay fit. And juice. I've juiced. I don't like admitting it, but I've juiced. If you don't know what it is, up to 7 days of not eating. Right, I did it for 2. No food, just Guinness. I lost my phone. My wallet and my best friend. It's awful. But my girlfriend juices. She juices. She juices every morning, she juices. Put the fruit and veg through the blender in the morning. Every morning. This is after she's dried her hair. I'd get a better sleep on a building site. Turning up, Gary, Dave, do you mind if I nap here? Don't worry, mate, go for it. Oh, finally, some real kip. Juicing finally proves that no one actually likes fruit, doesn't it? I have never had to put a chicken nugget in a blender. 1 in the morning. Oh, no, we won't eat it. We put it for it. Delicious. Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you for the wonderful Shawn Wall. Thank you very much for watching Stand Up Central. Have a wonderful evening. Farewell, my friends. Oh, wonderful people of Camden. Well, I say wonderful people of Camden. I got mugged the other day. I got mugged in Primrose Hill. And I would argue it's the most middle-class mugging you've ever had. My friends just had a kid, right? And I went to the bakery to get some baked goods. And I was confronted by this 15-year-old kid. How about this for a middle-class threat? He went, "Oi, you better give me one of them cupcakes." I looked at him and went, "You're not having these. They're for my friend. She's pregnant. She's had a baby. I kid you not, this kid went, oh, I'm sorry, tell her congratulations. Like, that is not how mugging goes. Only in Primrose Hill. All of my friends are having kids. It's so lovely, you know. What I love, my male friends all brag in the same way. They're obsessed with their son's genitals. Like, I don't know if anyone, honestly, they're like, oh, you should see it down there, Ross. I don't know where he's got it from. Oh, do you want to have a look? No. It's been a tough couple of years for the BBC. They're not bringing this lion down. The women brag in a different way. My sister's got a 1.5-year-old. He's beginning to talk, and my sister bestows such intelligence beyond him, right? So the kid will be like, bah, bah, bah. And Kerry's like, did you hear that? He said probably. Have you seen these mums? They're so adorable. The kid's like, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it is a disgrace that Google don't pay tax. Isn't he wise? I love it. My sister's very protective of her kid. It's really cute. It's like, nobody takes the piss out of baby. No jokes, Mr. Funny Man on the TV, about my baby. But my brother doesn't give a two-shit flying fuck. Nobody makes me laugh more than my brother. Like women hate him. He's really funny, but he's not dinner party funny. He's Weatherspoons funny, right? I'll give you an example, right? We were at a humanist wedding. Like, they didn't have hymns. They selected their own music. The bride, quite a big girl, she walked down the aisle to the theme tune from Jurassic Park. Now, I'm not a bad guy, but when you're sat next to your brother and there's a lady just... Da, 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 da. My little brother got a glass of water and went... Wee. You're like... He's evil, but I love him. We were thrown out of a 1-year-old's birthday party last year. A 1-year-old's, right? We got presents. It was for my nephew. We were convinced they were hilarious, right? They backfired so badly. We arrived. It's like toys and teddy bears and loveliness. And straight away we're like, oh, God. Well, we badly misjudged this.
And my sister's like, oh, look. The uncles are here. What have you got for baby? Here you have, yeah. What have you got? All the other mums. Yeah, she asked you a question. What have you got for baby? Yeah, mister, I'm on the telly and I'm funny. What have you got for baby in front of all the new mums?
Nothing.
Get your fucking present out now.
And I handed the child a present, and I've never heard silence like it. The T-shirt I got him was a T-shirt, a Game of Thrones T-shirt for a 1-year-old that said, crows before hoes. Just nothing. Yeah, well, if you'd have been there, it would have been absolutely fine. But my brother's present was even more incendiary. He simply pulled out a condom and threw it at the child. Yeah. That wasn't even the worst thing that happened. About an hour later at this party, one of the mums went, I'm worried about paedophiles. And my brother went, I think you're a bit old. And I thought the room was going to melt, right? But listen to this. She wasn't finished. This poor woman wandered into my brother's trap. She's like, I don't mean me. I mean my baby. My brother looked at her child and went, oh, come on, you'll be all right. That's actually happened. And my sister's like, I'd like you to leave. Why have I got to leave? I didn't even say anything. Yeah, but you was laughing at him. Say sorry. They became 12 in front of all these adults. Say sorry. No, I ain't saying sorry. Absolutely not. I refuse to apologise. That's an ugly kid. That's fact. It is. I mean, you know, he'll probably grow up and have a lovely personality, you know? He'd fucking have to. He looks like a bollock. An hour later, we're walking home. He did look like a bollock, Russ. But that's my brother. Do you know what my brother's ambition in life is? All he wants to do is appear on Take Me Out so he can come down the love lift, look at all the girls and go, nah. That's what he wants to do. Right. Let's have some questions. You up for that? Right, here we go. Vikesh, hey man, is it weird my dog likes to watch me pee? That's not on your dog. Oh, bloody dog. Oh, he must have opened the door. Oh, what's he doing now? Now he's licking my feet as I have a poo. Bloody weirdo. Oh, cut myself in butter and the bloody dog's having a go at me. Some creatures. That is you beast. Jericho. Fucking hell, good names. Jericho. If there were a telly on the back of every woman's head you shagged, what would you watch and why? What is wrong with the youth of today? It's a woman. You don't... Oh, I'm missing Gogglebox. What is wrong with you? Do you know what I'd do? I would have a film of her face on the back so I could see whether she was enjoying it. Actually, scrap that. That'd be really weird. Like banging a robot owl. Right. Well, you seem lovely. Are you up for your first act? Right. Now, this man is an absolute joy. He is one of the funniest comedians I know. It's an absolute joy and a pleasure to bring this man on, who's my friend and also a wonder beast. 1, 2, 3. Please, welcome to the stage, the absolutely wonderful Mr. Steve Williams!
Hello, Camden! So, it's nice to be here. This is lovely. I've recently moved to Surrey. Sorry. Yeah, this is my wife's idea. She wanted to move in the catchment area of a faith school. Now, I'm not particularly religious, but if my son gets a good education, fuck it, I'll wear a burqa. Because Surrey is so posh. It's so posh. You know, you got these guys with red trousers. No, these are plums, Steve. These are plum. No, they're red. You're a fucking plum. Because they're so easily offended. Everything offended. You know, it's like, if I was a terrorist, don't waste your time blowing stuff up. If you want to annoy British people, just do something like push in the queue at the bank. Just run to the front and cut the line. Read my back. Because British people will be furious. You can't say anything because we're polite. We're not like an American. An American could articulate that frustration, you know. Hey, buddy, you cut the line, man. Hey! Cut the line. We're British, so we keep it all inside. All we do is get more and more annoyed and just more, and it just spins in your stomach and you can't help it. It climbs up into your mouth and you vent. You vent when you let that guy, let him know in no uncertain terms the heinous cultural crime he's committed by jumping the queue in Britain when you give him both barrels by going... Because we're so worried about offending people. You know, it's like, I read a list of words the other day. It was the most offensive words, according to women. And it was a list, and do you know what was number one? The most offensive word to women? It was moist. Recoiling in... Moist, how bizarre. I mean, it must be a nightmare watching the Great British Bake Off, you know. Mary Berry, you filthy goose. It's amazing what offends people. That's the thing, you know. It's like, you know what number 2 was? Number 2 was menstruation. Because they were saying that women, they sort of don't say, like, you know, Surrey women would say, you know, I've got cramps. The painful's are in the painful. I sat on a red squirrel. Welsh women would just own it. Gotta go, girls. Ed Sheeran's playing the main room. Because I understand, because it is difficult. Like, my wife had a bit of a leak in the nighttime on the bed, and my son came in, and he's like, Dad, what's that? What's that? I was like, your mum, that's where she accidentally sat on the tooth fairy. Why is he crying? Because he's just seen Tinkerbell's Death Shadow. Don't be offended. Like, if you put words together in the right order, you can do amazing things. You can make a friend laugh. I was in the pub with my good friend, my dear friend, and this bloke at the front starts barking off. All British men are pigs and lazy, and all British women are munters. And my mate was like, whoa, who are you? where are you from? And this guy goes, I'm from Belgium. And my mate, who never says anything, just fires back. Well, as far as I know, Belgium's famous for 2 things, paedophiles and beer. And you don't look like a beer to me. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you've been absolutely fantastic. I've been Steve Williams. Thank you very much. Good night!
Gentlemen, the wonderful Mr. Steve Williams! Let's have some of your questions. I'm supposed to be at work today, but my girlfriend's just put on Facebook a picture of us here. My boss will see it. What can I say to get out of trouble? Who wrote that? Just where? Where? Yeah. Come up here, right? Come up here. No, genuinely. Right. Sit on there. Right. And what we're going to do, just going to tie it around you. You need to look into the camera. Say to your boss that you've been kidnapped.
I'm sorry I'm not at work, I've been kidnapped.
Say, I hate my job anyway.
I hate my job anyway. I can't really say it, it's my brother.
You haven't got to fucking worry if it's your brother, huh? Yeah, but what's he gonna do? What the fuck? Let him have some fun, you piece of shit. What's your problem? What's your brother's name? Nick, if you sack him for this, I will find you. And I will end you. You're clear, sugar, you're clear. Are you ready for your headline act? Wunderbar. It is an absolute pleasure to bring this young lady onto the stage. You're going to love her. She's very funny. You may have seen her from Peep Show. You may not. Doesn't matter. Either way, you're going to have a smashing time. Can you please cheer on 3 for the wonderful Isy Suttie? 1, 2, 3, Isy Suttie!
Hi, guys. I'm Izzy. It's lovely to be here. We travel around quite a lot doing this job, and I was recently in Manchester on a train carriage late at night, and the only other 2 people on the carriage were 2 girls who were utterly hammered. They were about 13, and they got bored of talking and started to play this game where they could ask each other any question. And one of them said to the other one, "Would you ever drink your own blood?" And the other one went, "No way, I'd get AIDS." I love you, I want to be friends with you. Oh my God, the age gap is too big. But I decided to go and see my mum on the way back, and I wanted to ask her if I might be adopted, because I've always thought that I might be adopted because I look really Jewish and no one else in my family does. So I sat my mum down and I was like, "Mum, just tell me the truth, am I adopted?" And she went, "No, of course you're not adopted. We never would have chosen you." Thanks, mate. So, yeah, I don't live with my parents anymore. I don't know if this happened to you, I've lived with a lot of people who initially seemed to be delightfully eccentric, and then as soon as I'd moved in, turned out to be completely insane. The best person I ever lived with was this girl called Anya from Slovenia, who I lived with when I was at college, and she was quite a blunt person. She only wore clothes whose colours could be contained in a bruise. She nearly got sacked from the clothing shop Gap for telling a woman that her bum looked big before she'd even tried anything on. And she once said to me, "Your face, it's like your eyes are from one face, your nose from another, and your mouth from yet another. Together, it does not make sense." But she wrote me a great song. I broke up with this guy and she wrote me a song to cheer me up called We All Die Alone. Stop looking at your phone. We all die alone. He didn't remember to send you a text. Boo-hoo, you're crying all day. Best gift he's ever got you is voucher from Next. I don't know what to say. I saw him today at the cinema with Zoe from the year above. He was rubbing Maltesers between his palms and saying, "Is this warm enough for you, love?" And no, it's disgusting. Don't shoot messenger. Zoe's a little bit cooler than you. She can pull off a yin-yang tattoo. Even her nose is an erogenous zone. But Zoe will die alone. You can text him all you like. Let yourself in his side like a spike. But you're free. Just learn the trombone. 'Cause we all die, yes we all die, yes we all die, yes we all die, yes we all die, especially you. We all die alone. Thank you very much. I didn't really concentrate at school, and I found my GCSE history coursework the other day, and I thought I might read you the answers to 2 questions. I basically tried to blag my way through it, and I managed to write 3/4 of an A4 side for each of these questions, having done no revision whatsoever. So the first question was about the history of surgery, and the question was, describe the problems which held back the development of surgery before the 19th century. Quite a straightforward question. And I put, in the past, quite vague. In the past, there was basically no surgery. The main reasons were religion, fear, and lack of knowledge of surgery. However, over time, people started to listen to philosophers and kings, and eventually they started to give surgery a go. They tried very hard, as nobody likes being in pain, of course. At different points, different people made different types of progress, which are too complicated to list. Some years later came the surgery we know and love today. And the second question, who invented the toilet and when? And I put, in the Greeks. That's not a thing. In the Greeks, people went to the toilet in the earth and wiped their bottoms with sponges on sticks dipped in salt water, which was shared by everyone. The excrement flowed away into ponds, and poor people were made to drink it. When the toilet did arrive, I don't say how, people were frightened of it and did not want to use it. Slowly but surely, they trusted this new way of life, and the sponges on sticks were thrown away or burnt. The poor people began to drink clean water and felt much better. I got a B. There's this guy, so I'm from quite a small town, and there's this guy there called Mr. Mississippi, who's like a busker, and he just sings jazz all day, and I love him so much. I sort of grew up hanging out with him. So he waits for people to come out of the supermarket and people who are waiting for their buses, and he just sits in the bus station all day singing jazz. He doesn't make any money, he just loves singing jazz all day, a little bit like this.
Oh, yep, come on. This is jazz, oh, burr, 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 burr. Oh, yep, come on. This is jazz, you drive me crazy. Oh, yep, oh, yep, come on. Well, I'm just singing from New Orleans. Can't you tell by my accent? I'm a jazz singer, except when the tax man rings. Then I say, where did the jazz went? Everybody can sing my song. It's just so it can't go wrong.
Thank you very much. I'm Isy Suttie. Thank you, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Isy Suttie. Thank you very much indeed. Hope you enjoyed the show. It was the first ever live hostage situation on TV. Farewell. Good night. Hello and welcome to Stand Up Central. I would like to be a lady. For that reason. Is there anything more wonderful than a woman revealing her true laugh? Just... Every lady's got a different proper laugh, like normally ha 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 ha, but if you get them right... like, it's amazing, isn't it? But you can go from princess to warthog in a nanosecond. I think that's why I did badly at school. There's nothing that can compare with the glory of hearing a woman laugh. Do you know what I mean? Like, my poor teacher's like, Russell, this is Pythagoras' theorem. I'm sure it is, sir, but when Sarah laughs, her boobs move. So, giggle, giggle, wiggle, wiggle. Come on. You look too, but there's been rumours about you. I love ladies' laughs. That shit gets me solid. I don't know what that means either. I think my favourite laugh on a woman is the laugh of a 50-year-old black woman. I don't know if you've ever been lucky enough in America that you know, you're like, I love it, honestly. You know if you hear that, you're going to have a good night. I'm not making this up, I was in a lift, there were two ladies, about 50, really laughing, and I was joining in. What are we laughing about? And this woman looked at me and went, Sugar, has anyone ever told you you look like Ellen? And you never heard. Everyone in the lift pissing themselves. Motherfucker looks like a powerful lesbian. Like, it was amazing. And this is the weirdest thing. Again, I'm not making this up. They were squeezing each other's breasts. Genuinely, two women, 50, having a good old honk on each other. And I've never got more instantly English in my life and said out loud, and I don't know why, what the hell is going on here? And this woman, still grabbing her friend's breast, looked at me and went, oh, hush your mouth, Ellen. It's her birthday now. What an answer. No man has ever had a celebration like that. Grow up, love. It's his birthday. Dave, coming over here and tickle Steve's nuts. But he's a jolly good fella. Just different rules. Oh, I'd love to be a woman. I really would. I quite fancy it. I think it'd be... Because for lots of reasons. Number one, you like each other. Do you know what I mean? Men hate each other. Like, I was on a tube recently and there was a hen do got on. It's about 11 in the morning, they were all a bit pissed, they were giggling away. One of the girls got stuck in the door. And none of the women laughed. They were like, oh, Sarah! I was scared. If that was a man, he'd still be on the fucking tube. Help! Fuck off, Dave. Say hello to Facebook. No! My mum's my favourite lady, I would have to say, just because her brain is brilliant. You would absolutely love her. I asked her recently, you know that question, have you ever done that? Where you go, hey, Mum, right, if you could have any meal, you're on death row, what would be your final meal? This was my mum's answer. I'll just have whatever they're having. The game, you can have a... Well, what crime did I commit? It doesn't... To invent a crime. Like, I don't know, Mum, you killed a pig with a hammer. Jesus, did I? If
think you know yourself?
She was telling everyone.
At this part, yeah, pig, hammer, I don't know, must have lost it. She came back to me an hour later, went, I thought about it, I don't deserve anything. Tell him I'll just have toast.
We've also got a very similar sense of humour. Now, for me and my mum, this is the funniest prank that we play. We go clothes shopping, this is our thing, and I recommend you do it with your mum. If you've got a naughty sense of humour, you're gonna love this, right? You go in, you go, hey, mum, you have whatever you want. And the lady behind the counter always gets, oh my God, it's that bloke off the telly. And he's getting his mum something. What a sweetheart. And then we know we've got them. Mum got a coat the other day. She went into the changing room, and then she calls me over and goes, Rhys, come and have a look. And then I go into the changing room. Mum holds her hand like that, and then I go, and then Mum walks out going,
I don't want the jacket.
I know it's bad, but honestly, we never return to the scene of the crime. Because we know there's about 12 women in the Bristol area.
Oh, he's funny on the telly, is he? He hits his mother in the face over a jacket. And he likes watching black women squeeze their tits.
Oh, well, you seem lovely. Let's have some questions. You up for that? Right, here we go. It's been scientifically proven that women get more aroused watching chimps have sex than men wanking. Well, what I would quibble there is the phrase scientifically proven. What's happened there is one man has shown a video of a man masturbating to a lady and she's gone, no. And then he's shown a gibbon masturbating and she's gone, yes, right. Well, that isn't science, is it? Who? Oh, really? Oh, really, madam? Oh, hark, fair Juliet speaks.
They showed women a load of images and asked them to rate 0 to 10 how aroused they got. But then, to prove whether they were telling the truth or not, I can't remember the name of it, but they put a special...
Felt them up?
They put a special, recording device inside their vagina. and it records the blood flow to the vagina.
They put a recording device inside... It gets worse. Basically, 10 vulnerable women have been locked in a room with a man claiming to be a scientist who's misinterpreted what a dictaphone means. And he's popped it up with their terrified vaginas and then showed them the most seedy Planet of the Apes ever. Well, let's do a test here. Ladies, do you prefer watching men masturbate or monkeys? Go, ooh, 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 if it's monkeys. Who would rather see none of those things? Oh, here's one. What about a monkey wanking off a man? I mean, that's going to be the new PG Tips ad.
Better than a biscuit, innit?
So, ladies and gentlemen, would you like to see your first act? Brilliant! The last time I gigged with this man was at the Montreal Comedy Festival. He was very funny indeed. You're going to love him. So, ladies and gentlemen, please go wild and crazy for the wonderful Stuart Goldsmith!
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's very lovely to be here. I've had a funny start to the week, if I'm honest. I was sat on a train recently on the quiet carriage, and there was a guy chatting on his mobile phone in direct contravention of the rules of the quiet carriage. So obviously, me and all the other carriage dwellers were looking at each other going, well, obviously, someone's got to say something, but not me, obviously, because I'm the sort of person that goes on the quiet carriage, so I won't say anything. So I thought, right, we'd all looked at each other. I thought, I'll be the hero. So I tried to be as respectful as possible. I said, excuse me, sir, no disrespect, but this is actually the quiet carriage. And he looked up from his phone and he went, no, it isn't. And he was right. So really... a terrible start, to be honest, a terrible start, but at least I'm out the house. My granny is not so fortunate. She's a lovely lady. You'd love her. She's a previously formidable Scottish lady. She's 98, she's made of leather and cannot be killed. True story. They gave her a pacemaker, it died first. Her little Scottish heart sat there and went, I'll no be dictated to. phenomenal. But now she has dementia. It's very sad, and there's no cure. There's no cure for dementia. All you can do is treat it. And so you have to be very crafty. You've got to be creative. In the Netherlands, there is a village called Hergewey, which is a dementia village. This is a real place. You can look it up. It's a care home disguised as a regular village. So it has 100 residents, none of whom know they're all being secretly looked after 24/7. So they try and make it as much like a real village as possible. So you can go grocery shopping, but they won't let you pay. The cashier at the cash desk is actually a staff member from the place. And when you try and pay, they go, oh, it's all right, you've got credit from last week. And you go, all right, brilliant. You queue at a bus stop. This is so bittersweet. You queue at the bus stop, and a bus comes round the corner, picks you up, drives you round the block, drops you off again. And you go, oh, great, I've been on the bus. That's brilliant, right? Is it? I can't tell. I can't tell if it's heaven or hell, because it's a lie, but it's a comforting lie, isn't it? It's a good lie, like Father Christmas or heaven or I really enjoyed your play. It's nice. It makes the world turn a bit more smoothly. It feels disrespectful to lie to her. And I don't think we respect the elderly in this country anything like as much as we should. I saw a poster for the charity Age UK, and it said, this is Joan. Joan's life used to be filled with laughter and friendship, but now she has no one. And I can't have been the only person looking at that poster and thinking, Jesus Christ, Joan, what did you do? Now, I realise that's not what it means. I know it's not a warning. It's not like, watch out for Joan. She's a huge bitch. I get that. She'll reel you in with the promise of shortbread, but you must not trust her. No. But it seemed to want to make you feel sorry for Joan. I don't think we should be encouraged to pity the elderly. What it should say is Joan is 82 years old, and you don't get to be that old without knowing a thing or two about how the world works. Donate to Age UK, or Joan is coming for you. Like a wrinkled Jason Statham, she's going to clamp her knitting needles between her teeth and Rambo upriver and find you. And find you she will, my friend. She's pre-Google. She understands maps. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Stuart Goldsmith! Now, friends, let's have some of these damn questions. Have you ever imagined what it would be like for David Attenborough to narrate your every move in the bath? No! Imagine that, poor down just in the bath like that. Just like David Attenborough. Here we see Russell Howard. I used to be in the Serengeti, watching gazelles frolic. Now I'm watching a man who looks a lot like Ellen in a fucking bath. He's also got a TV above his bath, and he's never told anyone about this. He got it fixed because he earned some money, and he thought, what should I do? I know, I'll get a bath above my telly, like Richie Rich or some prick like that. But should we tell everybody what happened when you first got the telly above your bath fitted? All right. Yeah, I think we will. You sat in, and the telly was at such an angle, you couldn't see anything on it, could you? Tell them what you had to do. You had to get out of the bath and sit there like that. Like a fucking gnome. Right. Are you up for your final act? Superb. It's a genuine treat to bring this young lady on stage. She's fantastic. You're going to love her. She's beautiful. She's wonderful. She's wise. She's witty. She's a delight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to stage the fantastic Josie Long!
Thank you so much. Guys, I have to tell you something. Somebody better get me a thermometer, because I've got Corbyn fever. I just love him. I just can't help myself, I love him. I love him so much. I bought a meme app that I am too old to understand how to use. So I could make memes about him. One one of them was a picture of him holding a marrow, and I wrote, "Take heart, comrade, change gonna come tomorrow." Thank you, 23 shares. Thank you. I think it's hard to have progressive politics in the United Kingdom at the moment. It feels like power is so entrenched with the establishment. They're so vicious, and it's hard to be on the left, whatever that even means anymore. I feel like sometimes to be on the left in the United Kingdom feels like you're born, you live, you fight, and you will die on the losing team. And every day you get kicked for it, and every day you get called stupid for it in the Metro newspaper. And that is not what I want from the Metro newspaper. I just want pictures of unlikely animal friendships. I want to see a pig and a duck in a bathtub, and I don't think that's wrong. Something happened to me on the night of the election, almost a year to the day. Something happened to me on May the 8th. If you remember May the 8th last year, the worst night of all of our lives. If you remember the election last year, on that night, something happened to me that gave me a bit of hope, and I thought it could be something I could share. You know, if you feel in a really dark time, you can just remember this and have a bit of hope and be a bit more positive about the future. So on the night of the election, I was doing a political fun gig where we were having loads of fun banter about the election. And then the exit polls came out. And I don't know if you'll remember that, but I'll tell you something for free. Nothing kills the atmosphere of a gig like the announcement of an incumbent Conservative majority. It just sucks the life out of everything. And afterwards I was crying. I was like, oh, it's just such a waste, you know, as we all were, I assume, because none of you are monsters. It was such a waste. And then I remembered that I'd been paid in cash and I didn't give a fuck. So I was like, right, I'm going to get a cab all the way to my boyfriend's house, who was living at the time in Zone 5. If you can imagine that! People at home, I'm sorry, that is quite regional. We got a cab and we got onto the motorway. That's how far away he lived! There was a car, there was a traffic jam. It was gridlock. And it was midnight, and we sat there, and we're on our phones. And it gets to be midnight, midnight, midnight. And my boyfriend falls asleep because he's got a job in the day. And it got to be 1:45, and I'm like, we've just been stuck here still for 45 minutes. This is bullshit. I'm going to do something about this. And I got out, and I was looking around, and there were 3 lanes of traffic. We were in the far lane. In the next lane, next to us, there were 2 post office delivery vans. And at the front, there were the 2 drivers sat smoking, chatting. And there were 2 men in their 50s who resolutely failed to be charmed by this package. I was trying so hard. And they were just like having a chat like, what's the biggest envelope you've ever seen? Like postman chat. And I was like, excuse me, sorry. What is going on? We've been stuck here 45 minutes. What is going on? And one of them took such delight in telling me this. He was like, up there, there's roadworks. And there's been an accident. We're going to be stuck here all night. I was like, no, I can't be stuck here all night. I'm a comedian. I have to get up at like 10 in the morning. And I went back to the car and I was like, oh, this is so annoying. Oh, we're stuck. Oh. And then it got to be 1:45, 1 o'clock, 1:15, 1:30, and I was like, oh no, we can't be stuck here all night. I'm going to sort this out. And I got back out and the guys are still there. They're like, you know them long tubes? Yeah, they're good, aren't they? Yeah, they are actually good, aren't they? I was like, excuse me, sorry, we can't keep doing this. What is going on? And one of them went to me and says, come round the back of my van. And I was like, I'm not sure I want to. We went round the back and he was like, they've closed the road. And I was like, ooh. And he was like, now, look round the back of my van. And I looked and there was his van and then another lane. And just behind, there was a slip road off the motorway. And he said to me, if you could get everyone to all move back one by one, get them to cooperate with each other, if you get them all back, you could lead them off one by one, you'd all be out here straight away. But you won't be able to do that. And I was like, won't I? And then I rang back, I was so excited. Every single car I went up to, I was like, excuse me, hello, I'm overconfident because my job is public speaking. And it was a real slice of life. It was like the video to Everybody Hurts. I really wish there was a more contemporary reference that I could make. And I was like, go back. One by one, every single car backed up, one by one. And then one by one, I led them off the motorway. We all got off the motorway, and we were the last ones off the motorway. And as we were driving off, I was waving to the post office guy. I was like, thank you so much. I don't know why they privatised you. Okay, sorry. And as we were going off, it suddenly occurred to me what had just happened. We've been in the middle of the night, stuck, not moving, stuck. And then we all worked together, went back, and went a different way. And I was like, if that is not a metaphor for what we have to do over the next 5 years, then I don't know what is. And I was so excited that I thought, I've got to wake my boyfriend up. I have to tell him about this. This is fate. This is so important. And I turned round, and at that minute, my boyfriend farted so loudly that he woke himself up. And if that is not a metaphor, if I'm honest, I do not understand what the word metaphor. I do. It's when a thing is another thing. Thanks very much, guys. I'll see you later.
Ladies and gentlemen, Josie Long! Thank you so much for watching the show. Good night, my friends. Good night. Ho, ho. And welcome to Stand Up Central. I'll tell you what, for a special treat, let's start with some bloody questions. Right. What's the weirdest tourist attraction you've ever seen? I'll tell you what, I was in Portland and I drove past a vegan strip club. It's a really weird combination. I love boobs and quinoa. Sophie, hello Sophie. Are Muslims allowed to eat Percy pigs? I don't know, Sophie. No, they're not. Says a man with a very deep voice, who's either a Muslim or a man who's tried to force-feed Percy pigs into a Muslim. You're a Muslim? Yeah. What about the vegetarian ones?
Yeah, those are all right.
Okay. Glad we cleared that up. That was really sweet. You're like sort of a religious version of the Microsoft paperclip. Just kind of... Hi, Ross, I'm a Muslim. I can answer that query. Can't have those are fine. As you were. If you could advertise any product, what would it be? Oh, Percy pigs. Just get you and me on it. Now, these are bad for Muslims, but these, not so bad. And then you pop it in your mouth. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum, yeah! Don't applaud that. That'd be the worst advert. Either that or the Churchill dog. I love doing the voice. So you can make the Churchill dog say anything. Just, what do you think of Jeremy Hunt? Oh, no. Do you like Marmite? No. What do you mean, what? It's a yeast extract, for Christ's sake. May as well have thrush on toast. Like, in fact, that would be my advert. Marmite, it's like thrush on toast. Right, Churchy? No. What's the most awkward moment you've had on holiday? Right. Me and my brother went to Thailand and his appendix burst and we got it fixed and we were he was in a wheelchair 3 days later and we were in a lift and my brother, who is an arsehole, thought it would be funny to pretend to be heavily disabled. I've never been angry with a little shit in my life. He was dribbling, he was shaking. People were looking at us and he was like, you're right. And I had to play along. It's like, yeah, he's having a bad day. I was so angry. We got out of the elevator and I punched him in the face. But there were people outside the lift and they hadn't seen what my little brother had done. All they'd seen is a bloke they recognise off British TV run up to a bloke in a wheelchair, punch him in the face and scream out loud, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" That was fairly awkward. Ellie, have you ever looked at your family and friends' faces and realised some of their gorgeous laughter lines are because of you? No, that's ridiculously sweet. Don't be nice, that's too weird. Although, how weird would I look? Like, Mother, there's a reason you're terribly wrinkly. I'm afraid it's my fault. I'm quite the hoot. Mother, you're probably wondering why Father's face looks like a pulled back. Well... It's really weird what cheers you up, isn't it? My nan's not very well at the minute, and she's in hospital. She can't balance. She's been there for 3 weeks, and we were there. I went to see her in hospital the other day, and there was about... That isn't meant to be the funny bit. Trying to tell a tender story about my nan, and you were laughing at the idea that she can't balance. It was lovely. Unless that's my nan at the back.
Oh, he's going to tell that story. Oh, it was very funny. I'm looking forward to this bit.
Sorry. She's not very well. And she was in a hospital bed, and I went to see her. Everyone I loved was there. My uncle was there, my auntie was there, my mum was there, my Auntie Gary was there. I should explain why she's called Auntie Gary. That's my mum's nickname for her. Auntie Gary has had so much Botox that she looks like Gary Glitter, right? She looks permanently confused, like somebody's gone up to her and go, you know we've got rid of July. And we're all kind of sat around, and my nan is so sweet. She's like, Rhys, how are you? And I'm great, how are you? I'm not well. I can't balance. I seen you on the telly the other day. I did love it. Mind it, we'd have turned the volume down. You'd have swear. But we'd have loved the way you'd have move. But we're all kind of sat around, all the people I love. And then my granddad, who's in the early stages of dementia, who doesn't really talk anymore, suddenly grabbed my nan's hands and went, I do love you, I do. I know. Suddenly we're paralysed. We didn't know what to say. The Howards only muck around. We're silly. We don't do love. My granddad, I do love you, I do. I haven't seen you for 3 weeks. You're my girl. You're my girl. And we all just stood there witnessing true love. And my nan looked at my granddad and went, you need your haircut. Honestly, I have never laughed so much. My nan was laughing, my granddad was laughing, Gary was still confused. When are we going to have barbecues? But everyone else was in a really good mood. And then my nan looked at my granddad and went, only joking. I do love you. Oh, it cheered me up. Right, you seem wonderful. You up for your first act? It's a pleasure to bring this young man on. He's very funny indeed. Are you up for that? Yeah. Sweet. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to stage the wonderful Steve Bugeja!
Hello, good evening. Are you all right? Yeah. Good to be here. I'm Steve. I'm a geek. We got any geeks in? Yeah, one geek here with next to a girl. Fuck you, mate. You got to live it, mate. I'm a geek, but I'm a proud geek. Don't get me wrong. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm a proud geek, you know. Because when I was younger, I used to want to be someone else. You know, when you're younger, you're trying to be someone you're not. When I was younger, I wanted to be a lad. That's a good idea. When I was 18, I thought it was cool, right? When I was 18, I went to Magaluf. Yeah. I went to Magaluf, right? Shagaloof. I went to Magaluf for a week with my friends, right? It was awful, horrible. Have you been to Magaluf? Awful place, very sticky, but the... way too sticky, they don't tell you that in the brochure, but... I didn't have sex in Magaluf. No, it took me a few more years, but I've done it now. It's not for me. Not one of my things. I'm really bad in the bedroom, right? I'm really bad in the bedroom. I have wet dreams and wake up prematurely. Like, I am... But yeah, I'm getting cooler. I live with a friend called James. He's the opposite to me. He's a proper alpha male lad, you know, and I want to be like him. He's a lad because he makes the lad noise, you know, the official lad mating call. You know the noise, you know? I'm a lad. And I'm like, you know? Lads on tour. He's like, lads on tour, lads on tour. He never goes anywhere, but he's always on tour, you know? Same bars as last week, James. Good tour. Please invite me. But the other day, James rang me up, the lad. He was like, Steve, we're going clubbing. We're going clubbing. Let's go Tiger, Tiger. We're going Tiger, Tiger. I'm like, no, it's called Tiger twice. The danger's clear. Like, go to Gerbil, Gerbil or something, but no way. I was out with them and we went on one big night out and we ended up doing a classic lad thing. We ended up going to a lap dancing club. I know. Now, I'd never been to a lap dancing club before, and I'll be honest with you, I was pretty bloody excited, right? And I'm a big fan of Strictly, so I went in there, right? No, guys, don't make that mistake. It is nothing like Strictly come dancing in there, right? They're not doing tango or Latin or ballroom or anything, and they do not want requests, by the way. The hard way. The main dance move they do, the main dance move the girls do, they just sort of lower themselves onto people. That's the move, isn't it? It's like a slow drop. That's the dance move, you know? It's not sexy, really. It's like a slow... It's like my granddad getting into a bath. Like, it's not... Don't slip, Grandad. But don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking the girls. The girls were lovely, very friendly girls. I mean, my Russian improved immensely. But I was watching these girls, right? And the giveaway for me that they're not the best dancers in the world, the giveaway is that they get naked. You know what I mean? Because that's the last resort for any artist, isn't it? No artist wants to get naked, do they? Like, that's the last resort for any art form. No art form wants to... Like, if I get my cock out... I'm having a bad gig, you know? That is my time. Thank you very much for having me. You've been absolutely lovely. I've been Steve Bugeja. See you again soon. Cheers. Thank you very much.
Gentlemen, Steve Bugeja! Let's have some of your questions. What's been your most embarrassing sexual experience? That is not the night for that. Fine. Okay, fine. On your head be it. Here we go. Okay, here we go. So, I was 17. I was trying to administer oral sex to a girl, and I went at her too vigorously, and I vomited. On you. That is on you. Why are you applauding? I went with it. I did try. At least I tried. But I went too, like, it was like... It's like I'd just been to a Chinese buffet, and I really enjoyed the meal, and I was licking the plate with such... I wanted to get a taste of that sweet goodness, and it was too much for me. You made that happen. Adam, what was your first pet and how did it die? He was called Derek, and he was a Chihuahua. And he watched me go down on a girl. He took his own life. Genuinely, it was that. And just threw himself down the stairs. Right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for your final act of this evening? It's a real pleasure to bring this man on. He's one of my favourite comedians in the world. That's genuinely true. I absolutely adore him. You're going to love him. He's brilliant. He hails all the way from Ireland. It's a treat to have him on the show. So please, welcome to the stage the magnificent Mr. Tommy Tiernan!
Well, stand up, Centra. How the fuck are you? Come from Ireland, which sometimes I suppose has a reputation of being quite a conservative country. But recently, we passed a law to allow gay people. That was it, just to allow gay people. Just to allow them, whatever the fuck they want to do, they just do it. To allow gay people to marry one another. We passed that law, yeah! Oh, yeah! I voted against it. Oh, you'd have to. I have children. Some of my kids could grow up to be gay. If one of my sons grows up to be a gay man, when he's an adult, who he's having sex with is absolutely none of my business. But there'd be no riding in the house. I wouldn't sleep a wink with the thoughts of two men downstairs leathering into one another. I wouldn't sleep. I'd be there to the wife, they're at it. I know they're at it. We'll have to burn that mattress in the morning or bring it to an exorcist. How can he do that in front of his toys? How can he do that? I bet you Teddy wishes his other eye was missing now as well. If one of the girls is gay, they can munge away to their heart's content. I don't have a problem with the girls. The girls are grand. Like a pair of cats cleaning one another. There's no problem with the girls. You can leave the mattress on the windowsill and the neighbours wouldn't mind. Now, I throw these opinions out, you know, and of course, being a comedian, they're supposed to be taken seriously. One of the most fantastic things about this job is the freedom of the mouth that it gives you, and the special place that the stage is for freedom of the mouth, and nobody taking what you say seriously. You know, I've got into trouble now, lots of times, for stuff that I've said on stage. I was only fucking joking. Tell lots of stories about the travelling people of Ireland. You know, the travellers. Most of my stories about the travellers have been warm-hearted and mischievous, but good-natured. There was one joke I told her, and I'd be the first man to admit it, that looking back, in hindsight, it was racist. It was. I didn't know it then, but I know it now. There's a thin line between racism and having the crack. There's a line you only discover it after you've fucking crossed it. But it led me to one of the most profound encounters of my adult life. I live in Galway on the west coast of Ireland, and I passed by these two travelling young fellas, and they recognised me. Hey, you! Tiernan. That you, wouldn't it? You're Tiernan. I seen you on the television. You're a racist, Tiernan. That's all you are. You're a racist. I'm not afraid of nobody. I'm not afraid of my father, nor my cousin, nor my brother, nor my uncle, nothing of that. I always sworn if I seen you face to face, I'd call you out, Tiernan. You're a racist. That's what you are. And this, in fact, was a wonderful opportunity for me. An opportunity to turn to the travelling people and say, lads, I'm glad you called me out in that, because I've huge regrets about telling that joke. And I need you to know that in terms of karmic retribution, I've paid the price for it. Not just in terms of what other people think of me, but in terms of what I think of myself. I'm ashamed and I'm sorry I told that joke. Yeah. I could have said that. But what actually happened? I got such a fright. I did the first thing that came into my brain. I turned and answered him in his accent. I saw myself swivel and say, who are you calling racist? Well, they were as surprised as I was appalled. Part of me was looking at me going, is this actually happening, Tommy? Is this? Well, you better go all in, Donny Brasco. All in. So I just went for it. You some nerd to be calling me a racist, and I'm in here visiting me mother and father in the hospital. Why did you take me? Well, it took them a minute, but they fucking bounced back. You can't talk to us like that. I said, like what? They said, like the way we're talking to you. And I says, so it's okay for you to talk to me like that. But I can't talk to you like that. That's racist. You think so? Do you think so? Then this Indian doctor came out and he said, what's going on here? Before I knew what was fucking happening, I turned and said, there's absolutely none of your business. Well, he fucking went for me. You can't talk to me like that. I said, like what? He said, like the way I'm talking to you. And I said, so it's okay for you to talk to me like that? But I can't talk to you like that? And one of the travellers who was getting the vibe said, yeah, that's racist. Then this Nigerian taxi driver pulled up. He rolled down the window and he said, did someone order a taxi? Well, the doctor winked at me as if to say, I've got this one, Tom. He leaned in the window and he said, nobody ordered a taxi. Then this Chinese fella arrived with a box and he said, the someone ordered takeaway. And then he said, I'm only joking, I'm from Dublin. Then, this Belgian walked up. Sure, that was that. Wasn't a man among us who could do a fucking Belgian. And we knew that this special moment that the United Nations, for all their rules and regulations, could never fucking dream of. But it happened on the steps of the opera. Imagine all the people. Been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Mr. Tommy Tiernan! Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for watching the show. Good night, my friends. Good night. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Stand Up Central. Thank you very much. Lovely. Round of applause. It's good that you're in a good mood, because let's be honest, the world is in a fairly depressing place at the moment. Like, did you read this the other day? This broke my heart. David Davies, Tory MP, said, and I quote, if you give aid to the migrants in Calais, that is irresponsible. No, it's not. That's not it would be irresponsible if you went to a greyhound race with your kid dressed as a rabbit. That's irresponsible, isn't it? Come on, Jasper, let's go for a wander. If you wake your nan up dressed as death, that's irresponsible. What that is kindness, you fucking idiot. There's so many stories like this, isn't it? Did you read this? 25% of dogs in this country are depressed. It's ridiculous. That's going to change Crufts, isn't it? Just a pug dressed as a goth.
What's wrong? I'll tell you what's wrong. I look like a slipper. Every time I move, I make this weird noise. Why don't you have therapy? I can't. If I get on the sofa, they make me get off.
Some of the stories in the news are baffling. There's a swingers club in Kent who held a sponsored orgy to raise money for cancer research. The mind... But some people applauding. Most people confused like me. How do you sponsor them? Is it 50p a dick? Is it per orgasm? Just, yeah, we're going to get a new scanner. Meredith's going off like a sprinkler. I can't... Imagine the poor kid that wakes up. How did you get money for my chemo? Your mum fucked everyone in the street. And how awful would you feel if you couldn't get an erection at that? You just, I can't, I'm sorry. Just, oh, come on! Think of the kids. Well, that's not helping, is it? But not all stories are depressing. Did you read, this is my favourite recently. There was a man, I think he was in Stafford, and he tried to win back his ex-wife. How? By flashing her. It was the wrong woman. It's just so beautiful, isn't it? Just, whee! Oh, no. Fuck. Let's have some questions. It's my birthday, 17, and you put smiley face. Can you get me some alcohol? Have you ever had a gay experience? And that's from a curious Colin. I've not, Colin. What I would say is, I think it would be a lot easier to be gay because arguments would be simpler. Like, if my boyfriend came home and he was a little bit upset, I'd know what to do. Colin, I would wank him off, we'd play FIFA, sorted. There isn't a man alive that's better, innit? Better now, innit? Yeah, I was very grumpy and you really understand me. I do, don't we? Hey? Let's have no more tears. Who's my big man? Who's my special big man? I'm your special big man. That doesn't work on women, you know? Let's put Grand Theft Auto and tickle your tupper. No, okay. Let's light a candle and have a chat. Christie, did you know cows with names produce more milk? Do they? That sounds like bollocks. Like there's a cow just like that. No. Just... What is it? Just call me Margaret. Do you know what the Spider-Man is? I don't. What is the Spider-Man? It's when you come and then throw it in their face. I don't remember seeing that in the film. Why is that the Spider-Man?
There's also the Angry Pyro.
Okay. I'm clearly talking to a virgin who's... Let me tell you this. If you find yourself lucky enough to let a woman play with your bits, you would never go, I cannot stress enough how much you'll enjoy it, and there'll be no need for aggression. It'll just be about love. Right, this is quite nice. I'll tell you what I wouldn't mind doing, humiliating her at the end so I can tell my mates. That's a mistake. It says also, buy my mixtape out soon. Absolutely not. What is the best thing about the West Country? I'd say the train announcers. Like most train announcers in London very much, there's an unidentified package, you're all gonna die. Like in Bristol, they're still excited that they're on a choo-choo. Like the things you'll hear, this is verbatim what I heard the other day. We're shortly arriving in Swindon. Before we arrive, I've got to tell you, there's an excellent selection of sandwiches and pasties available. If I had to pick a favourite, I'd probably go for chicken and mushroom. And everyone in there, good, yeah, I really like them, they're lovely. And then he carried on, yeah, I quite like steak and onion. Oh, I like onions, but onions do not like me. We had one the other day, I don't mind telling you, good people, I was very musical downstairs. Anyway, we're in Swindon. See you later. So, are you up for your first act? Wonderbar! What a pleasure it is to bring on our next act. Her name is Fern Brady. She's come all the way from Scotland. Please go wild and crazy and welcome her to the stage!
This is very exciting. In Scotland, where I'm from, we still don't have female comedians, so usually when you walk on stage, the men in the audience just have this disappointed look like, why is the stripper talking? I hate her. So this is lovely. I thought I was having a good year in comedy because a magazine in Scotland got in touch with me to say, hey Fern, you've been voted number 99 in Scotland's 100 hottest cultural contributors. Amazing. Finally, the applause I've searched for all my life. Number 99 in the 100 hottest cultural contributors of Scotland. Who else could be on this illustrious list? I looked down the list. Number 98 was a park in Glasgow. Something what dogs shit into has contributed more to the country than me. So I moved to London to follow my dreams. Don't really like it. Do loads of tourist things to try and justify paying £1,000 a month to live in a cupboard. So I went to the London Dungeon because it had this sign outside saying, officially, the scariest attraction. But I thought the scariest attraction was that thing where you get adopted and then you grow up and then you meet your biological father and you accidentally fall in love with him. It won't come across from my accessible, family-friendly jokes, but I'm quite a mental person, and I've got a lot of anger issues specifically. Now, people that don't understand true mental illness will give me terrible advice like, eat more fruit, join a gym. I joined a gym, but the first I knew I joined it was when I was drunk and mental on the internet, and I get an email from the gym the next morning saying, Dear Fern, the username fat has already been taken. Please can you try fat one? I just want to de-stress the natural way. I don't want to take antidepressants because then my dick don't work. I don't know how that is. A funny joke about me being a male to female transsexual. I'm not transsexual, often mistaken for one. I didn't realise this was happening. I got called sir in Sainsbury's, and I just thought, finally, people are showing me the respect I deserve. I don't know what it is about me. I do think I have quite big hands for a biological woman. My boyfriend feels like he's being wanked off by a roofer. Then it happened again, and to be fair, the second time I was at an LGBT night with my gay pal, and as I was queuing up at the vegan falafel stall, the falafel guy congratulates me on my transition from male to female. And I said something back in my ladylike voice, like, no, I'm a real woman. And he went, yes, you are. You've been amazing. I've been Fern Brady. Good night.
Give it up for Fern Brady! Let's have some of your questions. I met you in the toilets last time. That's from the bearded giant. Okay, well, that's going to need explaining, because I haven't met anybody in the toilets who was a bearded giant. Where are you? Hello. Hello? Yeah, I don't remember you. Where? In Chiswick. Right.
I saw you and then froze in front of you.
Oh, okay. I don't remember you, but, you know, hello. And is that your name, the bearded giant? No, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, nice to see you again. And isn't it funny, again, you've frozen. You're like... I'm your Medusa. Who knew? What were you doing in the toilets?
I drank some ciders.
You had drunk some... It's like I'm having a chat with a really developed 8-year-old. What are you doing here? I have drunk some ciders. I have met you before in a toilet. They say that when I meet people off TV, I change. What's the strangest thing that's happened this year? I was robbed. It's probably the weirdest thing. Has anyone been broken into? Oh, thanks, man. It's weird, isn't it? What did you have stolen? Anything? Your laptop. Ah, terrifying moment. That's a man nodding. Yes, it was. It's a horrible moment. It's like when your phone goes missing. Instantly, pictures. They have the pictures. There's going to be a generation of men whose dying words are, restore factory settings! What is the weirdest dream you've ever had? I think all dreams are weird, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? They're all kind of creepy because you're blissed out, you're relaxed, and then all of a sudden you've got, like, chainsaws for feet and your old maths teacher's chasing you and Lorraine Kelly's there like, make me cheese. And you wake up terrified. Can it get weirder? Yeah, you've got an erection. You're like, it's like all of your body's scared and your cock's like, I didn't mind it. It's time for your final act of this evening! He's excellent, this young man. He's got a wonderful jawline, too. I last gigged with him at the Montreal Comedy Festival, and he ripped it. You are going to love him, so please go wild and crazy for the fantastic Mr. Ed Gamble!
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all doing? Good, it's a nice, happy crowd. That's what I like to see. I'm not the happiest of people. In the last 3 years, I've become a slightly more unhappy person. I made a big mistake. 3 years ago, I lost 6 stone in weight. Now, you're not impressed. That's correct. That is the correct... No, you're correct. That is the correct response, because I'm a way more unhappy person now. I thought I'd be happier. I thought health equals happiness. Turns out that is not true. The happiest moments of my life were just me sat on the sofa in my pants laughing through a mouthful of cake. Way happier then. And I was a good fat man. I was a good one. Should never have given it up. I was a fun one. I wasn't like, oh God, I'm so sad, I'm so fat. I was a good fun one. I was a Hawaiian shirt at parties kind of fat man. I'm a more worried person now. I'm like, am I eating the right thing? Am I exercising enough? I went for a run the other day. I accidentally swallowed a fly. I had to Google how many calories is a fly. Weirdly, I feel like a fat guy who is now undercover as a thin person. I've been sort of sent in from the fat person community in to see what other thin people are doing, see what those crazy guys are up to, and then just feed the information back to the fat people. You've got to feed it back. Anything you feed back, they hoover it up. They absolutely love it. Love it. So I'm in there going, what are these guys up to? What are these thin guys doing? Well, that's interesting. One of them's got a packed lunch, and he's actually eating it at lunchtime. That is bizarre. He hasn't just made it in the morning and had it on the tube on the way to work. That's what discipline these people have. They're talking about something called leftovers. Leftovers. I've never heard of that. That's incredible. They're asking each other about their love lives. I have never seen that before. Because you won't know this if you've been thin all your life. You have never asked a fat person how their love life is. Because you are terrified that their answer is going to be so bleak, it'll ruin your fucking day. No one ever asked me how my love life was when I was fat. They were scared I was going to turn around and go, well, I draw faces on melons to practice kissing. Why? Donuts is my wife. Like I say, I lead a much more structured life now. I quite like that. I quite like the structure. I quite like the rules. That's what I enjoy. You know, I like rules. Now, it's a weird thing to say. What I quite enjoy are the rules in the general public. They're not necessarily written down anywhere, but everyone follows them anyway. If there's a lot of hustle and bustle on a busy street, a lot of people walking in one direction, a lot of people walking in another direction, you might bump into someone, they might bump into you. That's normal, it happens. It's no one's fault. But what you do in that situation is you create the blame and then you share it. Sorry. It's nice, isn't it? There's no blame, but you create it. Sorry. It's nice. Just a little social lubricant helps everyone get... Sorry. It's nice. What is genuinely infuriating is when one person takes the time to apologise, and that is always me, and then the other person does not apologise back, because then 100% you are legally to blame in that scenario. This happened to me the other day, and my reaction has made me realise what sort of person I've become. I bumped into someone, they bumped into me. Over my shoulder, I said... Sorry, nothing from them. So I shouted back, apology retracted! A lot of men worried that they're turning into their fathers. I'm worried I've become my great-great-grandfather. There's something about following the rules that apparently makes you a coward. Don't know if you know this. Apparently you're a coward if you like following the rules, if you like sticking to the law. My friend actually called me a pussy the other day. He called me a pussy to my face because of this. Now, I agree with the sentiment. That's fine. Like, I am a coward. We've established that. But I don't think we should be using that word in that scenario. Because when you use that word in that scenario, what you are saying is I think you're so cowardly, I think you're so weak-willed, I think you are so oversensitive that I feel justified in comparing you to the vagina. Now that is very unfair on the vagina. There is nothing cowardly about that thing. That pushes humans out of it. That has to deal with decades of awkward men clumsily pouring away at it. Like a bear cub on a beehive. It's not cowardly, is it? Words I would use to describe that? Hardy. Rugged. It's the biological equivalent of a Timberland boot. And what do we use when we want to talk about bravery? What genitalia do we use? The balls. We say they've got balls. They've got big balls. They are covered in balls. I've made that one up. That is a phrase I have made up. But that's completely wrong, isn't it? We need to flip those definitions. Because I can only speak for my own balls, but they shy away from any sign of danger. Sometimes it doesn't even have to be a dangerous situation. It can just be a slightly cold bath. I think the temp's about ready for splashdown. The balls have got a very different idea. I'm headed down to the water's edge. They're just going, what the fuck does he think he's doing? I've got no idea. Just get the bag. Get the bag. Keep getting the bag. Right, really get it right now. Fold it. Start folding it. As many folds as you can manage. Really pack it in, sort of like a fleshy Venetian blind. It's really a sort of thick rubber consistency. That's what we're looking for. Riffle it. That's the word, riffle it. Like a skin croupier. Let's do it. Pack it in. Right, we're done. 3, 2, 1. But they don't stay up there, do they? 10 minutes later, they're out. Oh, wonder what's happening out here now. Better check that all's quiet on the Western Front. They never learn. They're like the robbers from Home Alone. In that one is a lot hairier than the other one. So we need to flip the definitions. We're going to do it tonight. After this show, we're going to flip the definitions. Here's how we're going to do it. So balls now means coward. You got balls, you're a coward. You got big balls, you're a big coward. You're covered in balls, still not a thing. That is still just something I have invented. Pussy now means someone who's been through a hard time and they've come out the other side unscathed. Soldiers returning from war. They're the new pussies. Here's how we're going to do it. After this show, we're all going to get on our Twitter accounts, #PussySoldiers. That's what we're going to put. I don't want you to explain it other than that. Just simply the tweet. No context. I just want #PussySoldiers. And we'll see how the British public react. And then tomorrow, we're all going to go down to where they're coming back from war, back at the docks. They're all coming back off the big war ship. Aren't they on the bit? They're all on the ship. They're all coming back from the wars in the foreign lands where the wars are at the moment. Westeros, wherever it's happening. And we'll be waiting there going, welcome home, pussies! No, don't be angry, put your guns down. We've changed the meaning of the word since you've been away. Do you not get Twitter on HMS Bomb? Pussy, no, it's a different word now. We have prepared for you a pussy parade. And no, that is not a poppy. Look closer. Guys, you've been absolutely lovely. Thank you very much. I've been Ed Gamble. Good night.
Ed Gamble! Thanks very much for watching. Have a good night. Farewell!